Not getting cut off once today. Let's see how it goes.
Oh my. Yeah, I know,
Oh my.
right? What is
What's
going
up?
on, everybody? It is Tuesday. It's Show Me the Money Club live with Sergio and myself. And we are coming to you through our upgraded StreamYard, which now it's 1080. I'm sure you probably don't know if you're paying attention on your phone, but we're excited. We're happy about that. So
I don't
what's
know about
going on,
1080,
everybody?
bro.
What's up?
Yeah, I don't know about 1080. It makes me look. It shows all my wrinkles and
Shows all the dimples and the.
it
You know,
shows
it's
all
funny
the
because
wrinkles, and I need makeup.
yeah, it's funny because all the cameras that are coming out these days are so damn sharp that people are actually turning down the sharpness because it's so clear.
It
When it
is.
comes to like some of these professional cameras and stuff, even
Oh,
like even these action cameras and 360 cameras and all that,
yeah.
they're all so sharp. I mean, they're good for certain circumstances, but if you're trying to record people, like you're seeing like all the individual like wrinkles and pores and all that, and it's like no thanks. So, oh
Let's see.
man, how you doing? How you doing? Good week so far?
Great week, bro. Great week. We're always working on things. I have trademarked, so chat and everybody else, don't go after it. It's my trademark. I have trademarked something called algo shaving. So, so you guys know, we're working on the algo shaving, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Or
All right, well,
algo scalping. Is that better or algo shaving is better? I don't know which
I
one's
think
better.
shaving, because they're
Shaving is
definitely
better, right?
shaving some off, and
Yeah,
for
but
anybody
if you do
who's
algo shaving, it may just be only for male drivers. So they may call us
no,
sexist and stuff like that.
you're shaving the cost. So for anybody who
Okay.
wasn't paying attention or wasn't here in last week's show, basically it
All right.
was where we were talking about EV drivers, and we were doing a Chicago test where we had 4 drivers. One was a Tesla owner, the other were either hybrid or gas powered cars, and you're supposed to get a full $1 incentive. But every time that was popping up, I think there was only 1 or 2 where it was a full dollar. The
Not even.
the
That was
remainder,
one.
the rest of them were all mostly about 80 cents. There was, I think, 1 or 2 that was 90 cents, and then like a few that were like 60 cents, 64 cents, 35 cents. So yeah, when it comes to you being an EV driver, I would suggest one of the best things that you could potentially do is go to another driver that's in your particular area right next to them. Screen record your Uber and Lyft different programs, apps, and this is going to be more so on the Uber side because they have that dollar incentive. Lyft does it a little bit differently, where you have to give so many rides and you'll get an extra incentive. But when it comes down to the Uber side, see if you're getting that full dollar compared to the driver that's got a gas powered car, because you might not. So we're trying to get into, really diving into this. We got a couple of different screenshots from some other drivers that we're really looking into, where it looked like he didn't even get $1. In fact, he got a penny less than the gas powered car.
That's
So
nice.
we're really
Okay.
looking into it and trying to figure it all out, so we can see what's
FTC.
going on there. Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
pleading this with FTC now. No fear now. FTC is always tagged on these tweets. I've been on a Twitter tear. People
Yeah.
go like, "You're tweeting a lot now." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I gotta tweet it. That's the only way I can get it out of my system." And Vinny from Florida, he already put hashtag algo shave. So yeah, this is gonna be a popular one. Algo shave. I like it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be where it's at. All right, let's get the rundown so we
All
can
right.
talk what's about on the show, and then we'll get into it. So first, we're going to first announcements. Next week is July 4th. We're not going to have a show. Sorry, you won't be able to enjoy with us. But it's good, July 4th, so everybody's going to be out doing different things. Whether you're out driving, whether you're out with family, friends, going drinking, going to fireworks, going to different parties. We're going to have no show, so we will see you in 2 weeks from after tonight, and then we'll be back on our normal Tuesday schedule. Although Money Hungry, they don't get the week off, so they'll be here next week. So if you want to hang out with them, we may be on. I'm not sure yet. Just a little thing there. So you may see our schmug faces on Money Hungry on Wednesday the 5th, but no Show Me the Money Club tomorrow. Or I'm sorry, next week. I'm burnt out already, and I've been working all day, so I got to get into it. But Yeah, then we're gonna to try something new. So we're gonna announce that in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be talking about the DOL ruling. Is it imminent when it comes to gig workers? When it comes to either independent contractor, employee? What's going on there? So we're gonna be talking about that. We're gonna be talking about Lyft reports, these different claims that they're coming out with. Are things better overall since the new Lyft CEO took over? And then also we're gonna be talking about title of today's show. Are some drivers actually working against other drivers? Pretty interesting story when it comes to that. And then we'll love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
Understanding your Uber Weekly statements is going to be the next topic. So we're going to be talking about that. And then also we're going to be talking about this Uber driver who's killed by a passenger who thought she was being kidnapped because she heard a certain road name and thought she was going to Mexico. Horrible story when it comes to that. But yeah, we're going to be discussing that. And then Uber is pushing the Ford Mustang EV rentals. So one of the big things is read the fine print when it comes to that. The big thing is you don't have unlimited mileage. It looks like 500 miles. How many drivers out there are actually driving more than 500 miles? Either way, when you break it down, it just depends on the costs and everything. Obviously, if you're going to rent, you want to do that, but we'll talk about that. And then also, paying attention to this whole EV credit. Is there some issue there when it comes down to it? So that's what we're trying to find out. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is if we can get more tests across more markets. So if you drive an EV, get together with a friend or a couple of friends and turn your apps on, screen record, send it our way. We'll sync them up and kind of do the breakdown, see what's going on there. And then we're going to end it with some feel-good stories, some funnies, where Sergio is on Uber Crew, and be talking about that. So, all right. But first, before we get into it, we do want to thank our sponsor, Ualett. If you haven't heard of Ualett, you definitely should, especially if you have some unwanted bills that you're putting off and collecting interest when you need a cash advance or anything like that. If you need cash now. Another thing too, if you have your check engine light come on, or if you have some car maintenance that needs to be done, but you may not have the cash, well, then Ualett may be the answer. So here you go, and we'll be right back.
Are you a rideshare driver who needs extra cash? Meet Ualett. We're a cash advance company trusted by over 90,000 drivers. We help drivers who need cash advances for paying insurance, vehicle maintenance repairs, gas money, and any of your business-related endeavors. We have an extremely fast application process, allowing you to have your money in 24 hours. It's fast, no impact on your credit score, and no credit checks. We approve your application based on cash flow from your rideshare business. Join Ualett today and never worry about being strapped for cash again.
All right. So if you need some cash, if you need something extra, like I said, pay some bills, get some car maintenance, whatever it might be. Maybe there's a birthday coming up, or you want to go and get some fireworks. I don't know. I mean, 4th of July is next week. So whatever you want, then you could use Ualett for a cash advance there. And a link is going to be in the description below. If you enter RSG in the code, then you will get 10% off your first deal.
Yeah. Well, talking about Ualett, we just got late news. Tony in Denver, you're coming to pick me up at the airport, buddy. They may be sending me to the Geek Conference in Denver on April 4th. And
you mean August 4th?
August 4th. So if they do that, if they're going to send me there, then I'm definitely going to show up. Steve, Rideshare Rodeo, he's not here probably, but if you are, so I'm 90% I'm coming to Denver. So one of you two is going to have to pick me up because I don't think they're going to cover the Uber fee.
I put that in the Harry.
To the hotel. Yeah, but anyway,
I hope they're giving you a good stipend for food too.
That's going to be RSG's part, I think. But anyway, long story short, I had a. What are we doing first, Chris, or should we just? Are you going to announce what we're doing now, or with the people, or okay? There you go.
Well, we'll do this first. There's a couple of things. So again, we want to remind you, this is the last and final week of June. So we are getting ready for
dead.
What?
We're dead. We're dead. We have nothing.
What?
We have nothing.
Why is nobody being good?
I have no idea. We have nothing.
I don't know. I don't even know what to do. Here's the thing.
I don't know what to do.
I'm going to tell you right now. Here's the thing. If you have a great story, if you went above and beyond through this time. The Show Me the Extra Sunshine, Show Me the Extra Mile Sunshine Award. Sorry, it's been a long day. My mind's all over the place. My kids were going crazy. So we're going to be, I'm going to be a little off today. But either way, if you went above and beyond during the day or during the month, then make sure you get your story over to Sergio, send some screenshots, and you could win $100. Hey, you got a pretty good chance right now if we're floating dead in the water. I don't know what's going on right now, but either way, we got Harry's chiming in, giving away more than
this
money.
month we may not do that, Harry, because we don't have any competition this month. So we're just scrambling to get a winner out of the hat. Pull one out of the hat. We got three days left. So, I mean, out of all you people, didn't just one of you do something good for a passenger this month?
Like, I don't know. I mean, going above and beyond. Come on.
Come on, man.
we gotta. I know it's summer and everybody wants to go out and drink some. What is it, Modelo now? Because they're the number one beer. But beer is supposed to bring people together and enjoy. So I mean, don't be drinking and driving. But either way, yeah, definitely send your stories if you want above and beyond. Do something nice for a fellow person.
Okay, here's a candidate, Chris. Here's a candidate. He says, yes, where do I send it? Sergio at therideshareguy.com, Reiki Life. Let's go. Yes.
Send it, Sergio at therideshareguy.com.
All right.
Do you ever watch Jeff Dunham?
Yeah, once in a while. He's good.
Yeah, there was a special with him and Peanut, the one character, was on, and he was saying something like an email address, and then it was going .com. And so every time, like, now I say that, that's like what just associates in my mind. It's hilarious. So
yeah. So anyway, yeah, everybody, whoever's got a decent story, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Come on now.
All right, let's go into some of the a couple of things. Like I said, announcements. No show next week, being July 4th. Go out, have some fun, enjoy. Go driving. If you drive, let us know how much you make.
Make the money, man. I may be driving, so you guys know.
Show them the money.
Because my boss is bothering me for short videos. I have to go drive on 4th of July.
Yeah. Well, either way, yeah, like I said, no show. And then we're going to try something different. We're going to try something new. So if you guys want to become part of the show, if you want to be on, you want to share your thoughts, ask some questions, whatever it might be, well, we are going to open up the show and put out the link. And if you guys want to come on, we're going to do a couple of topics. And then if you want to share your thoughts on those topics, if you want to ask a couple of questions, we're going to do that. We're going to do it twice this show, see how it works. So if you want to come on, you could be a guest on our show. But
except Harry.
Well, hey, if he wants to click the link, he can. I'm not gonna it's just if we let him in. But either way, a couple of things to note when it comes to it. If you want to ask questions, share your thoughts, whatever it is, just be in a quiet room. If you're in the car or whatever, just make sure the show or music or TV or anything is turned off. So it's just in a quiet room, so we don't have to compete over anything. Music is a no-no. It'll automatically get you kicked off. Keep it to 5-10 minutes or so, and then everyone on the stream can get a chance. So please don't talk over other people. Allow them to speak. We're going to bring on up to about 3 people per one time, besides us. So if you want to come on, then you absolutely can.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, look, we're all gonna be civil. Put your opinions out. Don't spam. Don't troll. Just come out and say what you need to say. Vent. Get it off your chest. Whatever it is. We're trying to make it more interactive. We're trying to get more of you involved. And as you guys know, we have Risher coming on sometime next month, hopefully, to the live show. So, you know, if you want to talk about, but specifically, you guys should talk about the couple of segments we did before you came on. So we need your opinions on those 2 segments. So before you come on, please pay attention. Don't come on rambling about some other stuff. But no, I think it'll be cool. You know, just have other opinions other than ours and make it more interactive. So there we go. We're gonna give it a try. Okay, that's it.
We're gonna see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But either way, let's get into our first topic, and that is the DOL. Department of Labor is coming up with this ruling soon, whether they're going to treat gig workers as employees or as independent contractors. There was a lot of comments that were going in, and last I heard that they were sorting through all of the quote unquote bot comments. So that's probably all the comments from rideshare drivers and gig workers alike saying, no, don't do this or something, depending on what way they want to go. But either way, the thing is, it hasn't gone away. We mentioned it previously, I think in the last week or two. Somebody had talked about it. There was really nothing that was coming about. But is the rule change or ruling going to be imminent? Let's be talking about that now. So, Sergio, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, man, this has been going on. Julie Su is the lady who was basically the author of AB5 in California before Prop 22 was pushed during the last national elections in 2020 by the gig companies with $220 million of their own money, which was the most expensive proposition in the history of the country. But as we know, the Department of Labor secretary not quit, but went to greener pastures. Marty Walsh, he became the NHL Players Association chief, so he can negotiate some good contracts for their players. And then the seat is vacant, but then Biden, appointed Julie Su, who was practically the author of AB5 in California, who is very pro-act supportive, who pretty much would like every gig worker to become an employee and give them the rights to unionize, collective bargaining, all that stuff, right? So
I think it's more so they can collect more taxes, but
yeah, more taxes, yeah, all that good stuff. So the process is going on. She's going through the Senate and House Judiciary committees, and she had her testimony. Once she gets appointed for good, at the moment, I don't think anything is going to happen, but the decision is going to be pretty imminent. The vote is going to come for her to, the up and down vote on her personally. And if she does, and all the inclination or all the expectation is that she will, because in both houses, Democrats have the majority. So if it goes party line, she's going to become the new Secretary of Labor. And once that happens, there's this DOL ruling that we've been waiting on for a few months now, and it may accelerate that process. And that DOL ruling makes things a lot easier for the government to say all gig workers should be employees of DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Lyft, whatever they are, right? Obviously, it's not going to be easy. Obviously, they're going to appeal that ruling. However, this is federal law, people. This is not state by state. So federal law precedes pretty much everything else. And, this article came out that really caught my interest. And obviously, it was by the Business Insider. And it says, misclassifying employees as gig workers creates a race to the bottom for businesses, Biden's top labor and antitrust regulators say. Now, you guys may agree with this or not agree with this. We're just putting out the news. We're here to inform and educate. Don't pound me with emails saying that you're this, you're that, please, okay? Now, on the middle screen is the points that they make, the summary of the points. Contractors lack many of the labor protections of workers directly employed by a company. I don't think anybody can disagree with that, right? As independent contractors, we do not have any benefits of being an employee, from healthcare to minimum wage to overtime to none of that. Okay, there you go. The second point was businesses have an incentive to misclassify workers as contractors to undermine their competitors, according to the DOJ Antitrust Division. Yes and no. For me, this is my personal opinion. So again, don't pound me later. Businesses do have an incentive to misclassify because their business models are based on something called no asset or low asset, meaning they don't own any of the cars. They don't do the driving. All they do, they're like an agent or an aggregator between us and the consumer, deciding on a 2 or 3-sided marketplace. 2-sided is rideshare, 3-sided is deliveries, that they decide pretty much on how much the driver will get paid and how much the consumer is going to get charged. So I kind of agree with this, to be honest with you, Chris, is that yeah, they do have an incentive to keep us, because if we all became, I mean, look, there's 3 million dashers in the US and there's that many or more rideshare drivers. These are active ones. Imagine all the non-active ones or super part-timers. I mean, it's impossible that all 7 million of us are going to become employees of these companies with full benefits. It's just not going to work. These companies will go bankrupt overnight. So, that's one. And then the last point, misclassification may keep workers from finding a better workplace. That I am not sure. According to the government, we have lowest unemployment rates in the country ever. W-2s are plenty. There are a lot
Look,
of people
I
looking
mean,
for.
everywhere I go, everybody's got a help wanted sign.
Yeah, I
And
know. I know.
it's kind of been like that for a little while. And
Yeah.
a lot of it has to do with, I mean, there's a lot more remote jobs and stuff, so people can kind of find that. But it's a lot of people are going to DoorDash, a lot of people are going to Uber and Lyft and different places. So I don't know if they're finding a better workplace or not, but they have the option to. I mean, it just
Yeah.
depends on where the person wants to be. And I think, if they have the option to go on and off anytime they want, that's kind of the
Yeah.
whole thing when it comes to that flexibility. And
I know, but that flexibility and freedom doesn't pay the bills, right? I mean, look,
no,
as a gig
you
worker,
got to
if
be
you're not making
disciplined.
enough money and your market's so oversaturated that your numbers are down drastically from specifically upfront fare days, since we don't have rate cards anymore, and algos are going wild, and algo shaving is happening constantly on everything. It happened with Surge first and Boost next, and now gray clouds are covering every city. I mean, look, man, I can count on and on. It's not being negative, it's reality. Okay, so you guys are all sending me these emails, and then I'm just being your spokesperson here. So if things are bad, there's plenty of W-2s out there. I mean, I'm not going to stop anybody from going and getting a W-2 with benefits. There's nothing wrong with that. But somehow a lot of people are under the illusion that freedom and flexibility exists. Yes, to a certain degree it does. But, you have to work when and where there is demand, Chris. If you just cannot just wake up at 3 a.m. and do rideshare, expect to make money. I mean, you're just not going there, right? So that freedom and flexibility argument goes so far, right?
Yeah.
But to me, look, I mean, this ruling is going to come down, people like it or not, and we're all going to get affected by it. I'm an active driver. I just did a Lyft guarantee last week, so I did 35 trips. I'm going to do trips. I do deliveries. I mean, I'm going to get affected personally. And do I look? If we were to take a poll now, I mean, we do take polls at the RSG. 70% of all gig workers say they want to stay independent. But on the other hand, my argument with that is, gig companies want to have the cake and eat it too. They treat you like an employee, and then they call you an independent contractor.
Well,
that needs to end. So something has to give.
That's what I asked in chat was, what would they rather be, remain independent contractor or employee? And a lot of people are putting independent contractor. But then there's a few people who are saying, I see with employee benefits, if you could get that working, great. But the other side of the coin is, you're never really true independent contractors, because there were a lot of limitations that were placed on you that you didn't have control over.
Yeah.
Where a normal independent contractor does have that.
Look,
so
in where I think I see this line really fuzzy when it comes to gig companies, Chris, is that a lot of them call you independent contractors. In most independent contractor work, the independent contractor himself or herself will name the price of the job. We do not have that. That is the biggest distinction between us and a plumber, because we are taking the tool of our work to work, like it's our car. So I'm saying, if I cannot name the price of the job and I don't agree with it, right, and I decline it, then you put me in a timeout or you log me out. See what's happening here now? That fuzzy line that you're calling me and I see, but you're treating me like an employee of yours. So those are the things that needs to get fixed in the gig economy. Look, gig economy is great. And I go out and make $500 part-time, great. But there are a lot of people, 20% of the workforce supposedly is full-time, and those people need some sort of benefit, some sort of, protection. Because I think, this could be really detrimental to everybody in the chat and all the 6, 7, 8 million gig workers in the country. And this, by the way, this is not just rideshare and delivery workers. There are 60 million independent contractor freelancers in this country, and there are supposedly 600 different jobs that they do, small businesses and things like that. So it's going to affect pretty much everybody. This is like a huge umbrella that's going to cover everybody. So 6 million, 7 million gig workers doing deliveries in rideshare is not the issue here. There's another 55 million people who are truly independent contractors, like plumbers and electricians and air conditioning contractors. That includes strippers, by the way. So to me, hey,
doctors as well too.
Everybody's going to get affected by this.
Yep, doctors, real estate agents. There's a lot.
Accountants, you name it.
What we do for Harry here at the Rideshare Guy, technically we're an independent contractor as well, freelancer. But either way, when it comes down to it, it's definitely a big thing, and it's something that we should all keep our eyes on. So I think it's something that is a gross overstep, because you've had decades worth of jobs that people have been doing and doing well and getting compensated. Most people, I think, would say fairly when it comes to true independent contractors and stuff like that. Yes, the gig work is the Wild West. It's only 10, 11 years old right now. So it's still the Wild West when it comes down to it. So the dust is settling when it comes down to everything and figuring everything out, where things are. But honestly, if you can't control, a lot of facets within gig, like just gigs in general, whether it's Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Curry, Postmates, but all the different ones that are out there, what are you going to be able to do when it comes to it? So that's a big thing. And I think what I'd like to see is let's go back to what Uber was doing when it was between AB 5 and Prop 22, when they were allowing drivers to do, kind of like name their rates up to 5x. Bring that into it. Bring that whole thing. Bring back the multiplier surge.
But Chris, you know what our good old buddy Jeff says, who's not here, I think, today. So I hope you're feeling better, Jeff. He says there's circle of control, circle of influence, right? Those things we cannot control. I truly believe that. Now, there are certain things we can control, like the shaving, right? We're going to influence that, and we're going to try to control before it gets completely out of hand, right? But certain things we cannot control. Now, we're all adults. We don't have to do it. Nobody's putting a gun to our head to do this, okay? I mean, fair is fair. But at the same time, I don't want to be misclassified. Also, you may call me a hypocrite, but I don't want to be an employee of these companies, put the Uber hat and Lyft shirt on and drive either, right?
No.
So my thing is like, we always say, what do we say? We have a model. It's working nice. It's working beautifully. In fact, I'm going to interview a Seattle driver for our Behind the Wheel series. Seattle, Washington State. It's working beautifully. It's been there for a year and a half. They have about 70%, close to 80% of employee rights. Great pay. Nobody's complaining. Everybody's accepting every trip pretty much. And, it's been there for a year and a half. The world hasn't come to an end. Like Uber and Lyft said, oh, hell's going to freeze over, whatever. Nothing happened. So I'm going like, hey, well, maybe we just got to look into that with the legislatures and, work towards something like that.
Yeah, I mean, something would be much better, especially if like I said, I'd like to see that where it came into, the naming the price or being compensated fairly with the time and distance. And, when you get the upfront fare being an estimate and expected time and distance that's supposed to be for that ride. So you kind of have a better idea of whether that ride's going to be worth it for you or not, knowing the pickup and drop off locations.
Yeah.
But then it's still based on the time and distance model. And so then that way, if it goes over by an hour and, 14 minutes, like what we were talking about last week, it's properly being adjusted as it's supposed to. So those types of things definitely need to be readdressed, because what they're doing right now, especially with upfront fares, you have no idea what's going on. They say 70 something factors that factor into the price. Well, what's to stop you from saying, oh, we're going to just start decreasing, or we're going to pay driver A something different than driver B arbitrarily? There's all these things, and we're proving that it's happening. We're showing that it's happening with our driver comparisons, how people are getting different pricing when they're literally sitting next to each other and less than a foot away. Like the phone is literally less than a foot away from the far end to the other far end when it comes to the phones. So like these prices shouldn't be any different. They should be the exact same if they're basing it all the same. So it just shows that it's so muddy in those waters that things need to be cleared up, and we need to figure out exactly what's going on. Or they could also bring another thing like that, the price haggling. What is that? I think we talk about India or something doing that right now, where you can haggle the price in the app and agree.
Lebanon.
Oh, Lebanon, that's
yeah.
right. You know, we could bring all that. We could figure out the prices
No.
and then be happy.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? That's not happening.
Oh, imagine the ratings for everybody will just drop.
Not gonna happen. Not a good idea for the U.S., bro. Not a good idea for the U.S.
No, it won't. But yeah, either way, definitely we'll keep you posted when it comes to any updates with DOL, when it comes to little Sue there. Did you watch, though, before we go on to our next topic, did you see anything on like C-SPAN with her?
With who?
When they were grilling her?
Oh, Julie Sue? Yeah, I did.
Oh my God, it was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, you know, they tried to discredit her every which way possible. And, you know, I mean, again, you know, I feel for our group of people, our community, which is mostly gig workers, rideshare drivers, delivery people. But, you know, you guys have to think. I mean, when AB5 passed in California, Chris, it messed up a lot of true independent contractors. Like,
yeah, they had to put in so many exemptions on that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that they realized when Lorena Gonzalez actually wrote it and whoever else did, I don't think they realized the true implications, because it was geared for Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and gig companies all alike.
Rushed the market. They rushed it. They rushed it. And they wanted to punish Uber, Lyft, and then they just screwed a whole bunch of people over, which like,
yeah. So that's one topic. So if you guys have anything to say with that, we're going to go do two more, and then we're going to invite people on. So we're going to do that for a little bit. So let's talk about the next topic, which is Lyft. You know, they're sending out these emails. They're making claims that drivers are increasing 14% and 10% earnings when it comes to their earnings, whether it's a long trip or overall. So what's going on here?
This is for my app, people. So listen, we have Risher coming on. He's confirmed. But okay, we call it the way we see it. I know you're watching, maybe Mr. Risher or later, or Sona, one of you two. This is by no means, right? We just question things here, and we're looking for answers. So this is by no means, you know, burning a bridge situation. I personally, do believe these numbers because from the timing of it, this compares January of 2023 to May of 2023. January is the deadest freaking month in the whole year as when it comes to rideshare. May beating it by 14% is not a big deal. And one other piece that I need to say is this. Earnings are up 14%. Well, I think especially, thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll watch that tonight, people. Jeff has his own channel, Jeff Thomas Black. Please go check him out. So here's the deal. If the rates, especially, Chris, as we know it, and we've proven this, on long trips, and I'm talking long, meaning anything about 40, 50 miles, okay? Once they have gone down 40%, coming back up 14% from that level, I don't think is that big of a deal. And I don't think it should be celebrated as a victory. Now, I am, you know, to me, I am not, you know, in this or interested in this as much as most of you would be. I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, nothing like that has happened to me. You know, I am definitely not seeing this increase. And also, you guys may not be seeing the $35 per active hour average that Lyft put out. They said nationwide, this is not California. California is top market, or Chicago. Nationwide, they said, average driver on active hour, as you guys know, not online hour, active hour, they said is making $35 per hour. Now, if you're not making that either, don't cuss at me. This is Lyft's numbers. These people are built on data, so I'm sure their data is reasonably accurate. Again, this was not sent to every single Lyft driver in the country. It was hand-selected, so you guys know. So not everybody got this email. But I'm I'm looking at this with a skeptic's eye more than anything else. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Well, here's the thing. I think the people that are actually getting these emails being hand-selected are the ones that are meeting the criteria so they can put it out there. I think a lot of it is they're looking at the shareability of it, saying like you post something on Reddit and you post something on Facebook or Twitter or something. You're like, hey, what's this all about? And then it's showing like your monthly per earnings rides increase or whatever. I think that's primarily what it's for, because otherwise they'd show it to everybody and then say, okay, well, what's the difference? Otherwise, I got to go back and do it myself. I have to average out everything when it comes down to it from January to now, if I'm keeping track of everything, which you really should be doing. And then that way you already know. And then the other side of the coin is, out of the people who are getting these emails, if they're tracking it, I'd love to know, are they coming up with the exact same numbers as Lyft is showing them, or are they figuring it out something else? That's something I'd really like to know.
I mean, you know what? Look, man, you can push numbers any way you want, but we sometimes do like, I write articles and I put like 400 trips on there, right? And Uber will come back and say, oh, it's not a big sample size. You know what I'm saying? They'll just go, oh, well, this from January of 2023 to May of 2023 is really not that big of a sample size. Maybe you looked back forever, and that's the only period you could find that earnings went up, and put 14% in there to spin something positive.
I'd rather see
compare it to 4 years ago, compare it to 3 years ago,
that's what I'm saying. What I'd rather see, every driver has a different start date. Their gig birth date is their gig birth date. What I want to see is, over the entirety of their careers, whether they started last month, whether they started 10 years ago, doesn't matter. I want to see a plot graph that shows from the very beginning through to now. And you can see like, okay, it'll show you like, out of these many rides, where is your per trip? And then you could see, is it trending up? Is it trending down? Is it staying the same? Where is it? Either way, over 10 years, things should be trending up. Unfortunately, it's the kind of opposite of what we're seeing. So over the last few years, what's going on? Is it staying the same? Is it trending down? I really want to know, but I want to see like this plot graph that'll actually break it down.
Numbers don't lie. Lyft, Uber, both. When I first started, I know exactly what my city's rate card was, and I know exactly what my city's rate card was before upfront fares. It's 50% less, Chris. Come on now.
Yeah.
If it's 50% less, I cannot make my numbers go up unless I work twice as much to equal that number. I mean, math is
exactly.
Math, right? Yeah. So, look.
But I mean, like over the last couple of years, since the last time they changed their rates to whatever it is
I would say down 20% for me, personally speaking. Okay. So, and the other thing that they have introduced, we already talked about this. Luckily, I mean, not luckily, I don't know why. Maybe they're watching really intently. They said, "Oh, look, these are all good things." Hey, man, I said it. Chris has said it. We got some good stuff, but some bad stuff out of it. I love the area filter. So if anybody speaks bad about area filter, I don't know. I don't think you belong on Lyft. I think you got to go do something else. Go flip some burgers or whatever.
No. Here's the thing. At first, in chat, I got to ask, in chat, is there anybody on the Lyft platform that's driving that does not like the stay within the area filter? And why?
Yeah, who doesn't like that?
Let it know.
I don't know. Okay,
because
there's one good.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, like, if maybe you don't understand how to use it or whatnot, but that is probably one of the best and greatest things that Lyft came out with when it came to the filters, was this area filter.
Yeah. Well, okay, look, that's good. Number one. The other thing is Uber used to have this, and Lyft caught up with it now. Ride challenges are decent now. They're putting some decent money out to not everybody. I know. Don't complain. Not everybody is getting it. I didn't get it, but Gabe in San Francisco got a crazy ride challenge. And Tony, that we had last week on, got a crazy ride challenge this week from Lyft, and he's doing it. The other thing is information is power. You guys can yak all you want. Okay. Now, scheduled trips used to be a mess, which I love scheduled trips because I live in the suburbs. Takes me to LAX into middle of the zone. Getting paid, nothing against scheduled trips. Now it's more condensed. Now you can edit and choose and pick as you want. It shows you a lot more. You don't have to scroll like, on Tinder, like swiping up constantly. The other thing is, it shows you like Uber had, which is, busy times. I'm not buying into this map that much because it kind of fluctuates, that they show you the busy areas to be here. They are probably pull supply to that area they can manipulate that any way they want. And all the airport landings, how many thousands of people are landing in a given hour to my city, LAX, which is the second busiest airport in the country. I never had that information on Lyft before. Now I do. So I'm like, hey, look, there are certain good things that are happening. Are they all earnings increasers? No. But if used properly, they could incrementally improve your earnings. I'm not going to lie about it.
Yep.
I know I'm driving tomorrow. Okay. I already got my scheduled trip picked up for tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. Period. I'm going to work for 5 hours, maybe. I have a friend who's coming into town. I'm going to pick him up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon from LAX. I'm going to go there, maybe have breakfast and kill some time, but do a bunch of trips in morning rush hour. I like driving. I'm going to do it and test it out. But I think these are all good things. The only part that I'm really skeptic about is, earnings are up 14%. From what? For who? Which city? Which city? What hour? I mean, we can look. I'm not trying to pound you, Mr. Risher, but you can't just generalize and put out saying, "Oh, everybody's making 35 an active hour and earnings are up 14%." Well, I bet you in our chat there's a whole bunch of people there. They're not making 35 an active hour, and they are not definitely up 14% in earnings from January. But you got to put some specifics out there. What city? What hour? What shift? Where? I mean, you can't just put
between
out there like,
it's
everybody's
on
making
Friday and
14%
Saturday nights between midnight and 3 a.m.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, so
But,
that's all there.
I mean, again, I like the knowledge aspect of things, and yeah, if you use it right. Now, the one thing though that I will say, when you look at the Lyft time versus those gray clouds of doom on Uber, I think the Lyft numbers are probably going to be a little bit more accurate. I still think that the Uber one, because it's based on the home map, when you open up your app, there it is.
Yeah.
Because you actually have to go into looking for it and finding it. You got to go into the filters, and you actually have to select it and bring it up. I think that's just giving you more knowledge. That's going to be probably a little bit more accurate than the gray clouds, because that's the other thing I want to know. Now that gray clouds are here, we've already shown that surge is different on different phones, even in the same area. So we've already shown last week, $8, $6.25, $6 when it came to surge for 3 phones. But the thing that I want to know is, are these gray clouds of doom, are they being different? Are they being shown differently on different phones? So then drivers will go to those locations thinking, oh, they're going to get those rides. But in fact, the thing is, again, if you looked at the fine print, it's, based for 60 minutes into the future and based on the last 28 days worth of data to be able to predict that. So that just goes to show you that is what's going to go on. They're looking to redistribute you, so you are within 5 minutes of a pickup.
Yeah.
And then that's going to again, and then the other side of the coin too is how many different phones are seeing different heat maps like that. I don't even want to
dollar signs, right? Those
I'm
dollar
gonna,
signs.
you know what? That's not even a heat map anymore. That's a cool map.
I don't know what that is. I tweeted that out with our short today, and Mike listened some whatever. So look, these gray whatever what gray maps are
gray
here
clouds
to stay.
of horror.
Gray clouds of doom. They're here to stay.
The doom.
They may be charging the passenger under the $3 sign and a surge and not paying you surge. Look, man, they definitely muted the surge algo. There's no doubt, because I looked at it on a Saturday, this past Saturday. Good week. Good weather, should be everybody out. 10 o'clock at night, Santa Monica is not surging. It's gray clouds. I'm like, this never happened in my 10 years. Okay, period. It just doesn't happen. They definitely muted something in there. I don't know what they're pulling shenanigans. I don't know if their quarter is short. They're trying to pump some up with some shenanigans on Uber.
I'm telling you, it's those gray clouds of doom. They're redistributing drivers to where they want.
Bullshit. Come on, man.
That's what they're doing.
That's the other thing. You know what Tony said last week, Chris?
Chase,
so appropriate.
How many people chase surge? They're going to see
multiple. Why do we
multiple.
need all this?
We don't. I don't. Here's the thing. You should know where your market is busy. You test it out too. You should be doing and running tests all the time, but you should know where your market's going to be busy. That's the whole planning phase of it.
Why is
but the whole thing is, it's because of the people who are chasing surge. How many people are chasing surge? And then they're like, oh, we could put this in where we don't have to charge surge. We can redistribute drivers because they're going to think that it's going to be busy, so they're going to get rides. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they get there. And now instead of your drivers being, in one area of the city, they're trying to distribute it throughout. So then that's why surge is getting muted. I'll tell you, I'll go to the grave with that, because that's
I do too. I'm telling you,
exactly what I'm saying.
look, you know, one good thing about Uber, not as much as Lyft, but Uber constantly is tinkering with this. You know what I mean? Constantly. Every month there is something, and major things. These are not small things that we can check in the background. So they just gave us like
Hold
2
on.
more tests.
Joe's got a comment that says, "Why doesn't everyone turn their app off for 1 week and there's no drivers?" What does Uber do? I'll tell you what.
From your mouth
I'll
to
tell you
my
what.
mouth to God's ears to all your head, please do it one time locally in Santa Monica, 10 o'clock at night. All LA drivers, let's just turn the apps off for 15 minutes. Let's see what happens.
I'll tell you what, though. Here's the thing. You know what? You could try doing that, but you're going to get a lot of people that are going to cross the picket line because, one, they don't know. There's too many drivers that aren't paying attention, that aren't on Facebook or YouTube or anything like that, whether it's local or not. But here's the thing. One thing that you can do that you can tell your other fellow drivers in your area and, you know, around is stop new requests. When you get a ride, hit stop new requests. Basically, it takes you offline. How
many times will we say that already?
Right? We need to continually say it so it gets into people. You got to remember how many times drivers leave after only a few months, and then many new drivers come on. So all the new drivers that are coming on that didn't hear that or didn't know that, you know, we got to keep talking about that. And you just need to tell people again so they remember. One of the best things that you could potentially do is to hit stop new requests when you have a ride, because that's going to take you offline instead of you being part of the queue pool that is available for where you're going to drop somebody off. It takes you offline. And then if every other driver does the exact same thing, they can still be online. But the thing is, it's going to make it look like drivers are not really there, which can increase the amount of surge that's there and help you out. And then you can still drive instead of having to take a weekend off.
Chris, a lot of drivers don't understand how the surge algo and the passenger algo works, okay? No, the way you affect the algo is if you have a passenger in the car and you're driving with the app on, Uber knows exactly where you're going to drop that passenger off. So you're going to that destination, they're going to mess with the surge algo over there because now more supply is going there. But if you have your no new requests on, Uber goes, this guy's offline. I need to find another driver because I have shit ton of requests coming in from where I'm sending this guy. Okay. You guys have to think about it. I mean, these are like small nuances, but you guys have to think when you're driving seriously, because I'm telling you, if I can lead a group of drivers, 10 o'clock, everybody meet me Santa Monica this weekend coming up. Saturday night at 10. If we can get 100 people in LA, in Santa Monica, turn our apps off for half an hour. If they're gray, does not change the blood red, I don't know shit. I guarantee you, people. We can, in small areas, I'm not talking this whole citywide, LA-wide, but in small neighborhoods where demand is going to be, which we know in Santa Monica, 10, 11, 12 o'clock, demand is going to go through the roof. Okay, everybody's leaving bars, restaurants. We can affect this. And the only way to teach these companies not to mess with our bread is this way. There's no other way. Because then the passenger is going to get screwed. They're going to charge up to, 5x to them, and passengers are going to go, hell. Well, Lyft, they're going to go to Lyft. We're going to do the same thing on Lyft, all apps off on both. There's no other rideshare company. What are you going to do? Take the bus? No. So people who can afford are going to do it, pay it through the nose and go. And then we'll all come online slowly. One guy will like a $10 flat. The other guy will like a $15 flat. The other guy will like a $20 flat. Whoever has the patience will get the most juice out of it. But this is very doable. That's the only way.
Yep. All right. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about our drivers screwing other drivers. And I mean, I think all drivers are kind of in somewhat competition with each other because you don't want too many drivers out there because you want to be able to get rides and be continually driving with zero or very little downtime. The problem is that's not realistic. But if you go out and intentionally try to screw with other drivers, are you doing that, or are drivers doing that? And we got a pretty good story right now. Sergio, I'm going to let you do this one because
first I laughed at this. I thought it was a joke. Then I was like, no, this is real. So I got to put this up. This is funny and sad at the same time.
Yeah. So here you go.
All right. So Uber drivers killing the surge at airports. Well, okay. I'm not going to give up too much of, obviously you guys can know by zooming into the map where exactly this is, but so I get this email. this is like, actually, this would be a good time after this if you guys want to come on and talk about this about a few minutes. Like, how many drivers can you convince in your area to turn their goddamn app off or drive with no new requests? He goes, Sergio, I work in a small market in Georgia. All right. And I'm having a problem with 3 drivers trying to manipulate my airport surge down. Down meaning with that capital down, right? So here's what these knuckleheads are doing. There are only 10 to 15 drivers total that work this market, and 3 of them are trying to run the airport surge down so we can't attach the surge and cherry pick. Whoever these 3 drivers are, my email, sergio@therideshareguy.com, I will convince you not to do this. Please don't do this. Anyway, then he goes, they stay online at the airport and refuse every ride to make the surge lower or non-existing. Knuckleheads, boneheads. You can easily manipulate this, bro. Easily. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I was like, this part I was laughing. Then I got mad. They have repeatedly said that we are, meaning the people who turn the app off, because this is the only right we have, by the way, people, as independent contractors, we can turn the app off whenever and whatever we want. Period. That's it. So anyway, they go, they're telling the drivers who are turning their app off to push the surge up that those drivers are doing something against terms of service. No, that's not true. But anyway, the guy goes, we only have 2 flights per day from Delta, and some occasional private flights come in. So his problem is these 3 knuckleheads, okay, are the screenshot on the left is what they're doing when they have the app on. And the funny thing is, Chris, they keep refusing trip after trip after trip just to leave the apps on to kill the surge for the rest of the group. How selfish are you mofos, bro? Are you guys out of your minds? And this is when the screenshot on the right is when
how are they not being put in a timeout?
Huh?
How are they not being put in a timeout?
I don't know. That must be there in a city that they don't. But the screenshot on the right is what happens when those 3 are gone. Look what happens. Do you see what's happening? $16 surge. This is exactly what I'm saying, people. Turn the damn apps off, bro. This is what will happen. We'll swim in cash. We don't need their 60 cents a mile or whatever. So, Caro, yes. So here we go. This is the deal. So now the guy goes, I don't know what to do. So what is your suggestion, chat? This guy, he goes, yesterday, all 3 of them sat online and refused every ride, and the surge went down to $7, of which I did not get a screenshot. Our riders and customers don't pay for the surge unless they are in the area. We have shown them the proof of it. So what can we do? What can the other 12 drivers do? Any help and advice would be appreciated. This is what I said. I said to them, to this guy, poor guy, I said to them, go show them your receipts that the passenger is not being overly charged out of the airport for those 2 single flights that come in during the day. 2, show them how much more money, because why are they in this business anyway? Are they in the business to go sit at the airport with their apps on or to make money? I'm not sure. These 3 knuckleheads have some sort of brain damage, which I go like, why are you out there then? Seriously, like, why? You had a fight with your wife? You just want to get out of the house, turn the app on, and kill the surge for other people? I mean, doesn't make sense to me. So what do you guys say? What do you guys say here? What should I tell this guy? I don't even know.
I don't know.
What do you say?
I mean, I having 10 to 15 drivers total that work the market, that's very small amount.
I would have that surge so through the roof. It's not even funny.
Huh?
I would have that surge hit $50, bro. I'll tell you something.
Oh my God. I mean, you look at it at the one screenshot and it's $16, but if they're doing it, I'm just really surprised that, they're not putting a timeout, because if they're just sitting there with the apps on and nothing happening, I'm just really surprised that that's happening like that.
I do not understand the thought process behind not making more money. I just don't understand. If we're independent contractors, and you're going to come tell me that I'm going to leave my app on and burn your search to pieces because it's against the terms of service. Are you serious right now? I mean, why are you out there then, people? Those 3 of you, I don't know who you are, but if you're watching, why are you out there? What's your purpose in life? To piss other drivers off? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
By the way, this is, Chris, exactly why the drivers cannot come together and do anything about anything. Because this is it right here. from the smallest city. If this is happening in a tiny city with 2 flights coming in, okay, what do you think is happening in LAX? What do you think happening in Chicago O'Hare? There are drivers that are just there just to go, I'm just going to accept, and go. I'm like, okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm at a loss. When I read that, I'm like,
That's real.
How does that even make sense?
It's real.
How does that even make sense? I don't understand it. Like, why would people do that? So yeah, I mean, if you guys want, we'll start bringing people on. We've been putting the link in the chat. So if you want to, come on,
you guys want to
by
come
all
on talk
means,
about this?
you can share your thoughts. We already talked about the DOL rules. So if you want to talk about that, when it comes to these chain claims with Lyft or, the info, you could talk about that. And then some Uber drivers that are dumb enough to screw other drivers. I mean, look, fares are already low, and this is where is this? Brunswick, Golden Isle? I'm not sure where that is.
Look, this guy already had made $156. Okay, I bet you he's a surge hunter. I bet you he's doing well. I bet you he's doing everything we tell him to do. And when those guys are not there, look at that $16 surge. When those 3 knuckleheads are there with the apps on, $225 surge. Like, why? Why? Who cares? What are you thinking? Yeah. Like you're looking out for the passenger. I get it. Nice thought. Except that when on high surge kicks in, actually, Uber does not make that much money because they cannot charge. The algo does not go that high. They don't charge them like some ridiculous amount. Okay. Those are, by the way, all the driver receipts or statements we're getting that Uber is losing shit ton of money every month, every week on these guys. So you got to play the game a little bit. Look out for yourself first, because you should. And then play the game. Look, just because it's an algorithm doesn't mean it's not manageable. Well, you can play the game. You got to play the game. So there you go.
Yeah. Pretty interesting, though. I mean, I've heard some crazy stories, but I would have never thought to hear something like that.
Hang around, you'll hear it.
So I don't know. But yeah, if you want to join the show, we're going to open it up so you guys can come on. Like I said, the links we've put in the comments a couple of times. So all you got to do is click it and then just kind of log in. You'll be in the back room. We can bring you on. But in the meantime, what we'll do is let's go on to our next topic. And then we can still, again, open it up. We do have somebody on, so we'll actually bring them on first. Ricky, how you doing?
Hey, Ricky.
Oh, hi. I can't believe I got on. It worked.
Everything works here. We're top shape here. Everything works here.
Yay.
Okay. How are you? What city are you from?
I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And
nice.
I'm still new. I've only been doing this 2 or 3 months, but I'm determined to make it work. And I think I've figured out a lot about the algorithm and quirks, and I've been watching you guys and doing all the reading and such. So now I'm working on driving strategy, but I'm also noticing a lot of things about Uber that get under my skin. So after a trip, I'll take my screen recording and make some notes and call Uber support, because there's definitely some shaving going on with the timing and mileage.
That one. Yeah, we're working on that. We have like files and files and files on that.
Right.
Oh yeah. I'm working with a driver in Chicago. Joe, if you're here, love you, man. Much appreciated. This guy is amazing. So what he does is exactly what you do. He goes, the Uber estimate comes in up front, right? And then the trip always 3, 4, 5 minutes more.
It's longer.
Like, if you do 20 trips, that's 1 hour of life you lost without getting paid, right, Ricky? So I'm like, hey, that's not kosher. So we're working on that. So do you follow the 3 Ps? Do you follow the 3 Ps?
What are the 3 Ps?
Oh, come on. You haven't been watching me then. Okay, here. 3 Ps. First P.
Okay.
You want to write it? Okay, first P, patience.
Okay, right. Yeah. Yes.
Second P, position. Meaning you have to get there before the surge shows up. So you have to take screenshots of your city at all times of the day and memorize it, because surge is not a mythical creature. It's like a tornado. It'll come and go. Right?
Right.
And the third P is planning. Like if you're outside the city to come into
Yes.
a major city, Charlotte, Raleigh, whatever, then you need to schedule trips, things like that, right?
Yeah.
Or are you on both platforms, by the way?
Yes. Uber and Lyft. I've been doing Lyft about a month less, but a lot less frequently. And eventually I plan to maybe dash some around lunch
Yes.
after the summer.
Yeah. So you have Uber Eats as well. So you have Uber Eats, DoorDash, Lyft. You're covered. So let me tell you something. You're an independent contractor. Your
Yes.
time is for sale to the highest bidder.
Right.
Screw all of them. There's no loyalty to anybody.
Yeah. Well, except for the other drivers. I don't want to screw them. Good sportsmanship and all. I mean, it's like coworkers, even though we are definitely independent contractors. And I'm not taking less than, I'm not going to take a trip that I end up paying for. I mean, the 70%, it costs you 70 cents, at least 70 cents a mile to drive.
Higher.
At least.
Higher.
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah. So also, if I may suggest to you, if the ping is too fast for you, but you're not on autopilot yet, there are like some third party apps called Maximo and things like that. You can put your filters in, and they will weed out all the trash and then only send you the good ones. But check that out as well. But hey, pleasure to have you on. Anything else you want to get off your chest before you go?
That's it. Thank you so much for having me on, and thanks for the tips and the support. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for all you do.
Spread the word. We're trying to build a great community. We've actually done so, but with your help and viewers like you, spread the word. We're here to help.
I sure will. Thank you so much, guys.
Go out there and make that money.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Right, keep in touch.
All right. So, if anybody else wants, what's up?
I like that.
Yeah. If anybody else wants to come on, link, I'll post the link again. You can come on. Well, we're going to trial this out. So if you guys want to come on, share your thoughts, ask some questions, or even, share your thoughts on some of the topics that we've talked about, we definitely would love to hear it. So in the meantime, I know it does take a couple of minutes to kind of set up, just because you got to click the link and you got to put in your name and all that stuff and get it set. But it's real simple. You don't need anything really beyond that. So if you want to come on, by all means, you're more than welcome, and share your thoughts, ask your questions. But let's get on to our next one, talking about the weekly statements and breaking them down. We're going to bring Sheldon on in just a few moments. So Sheldon, if you want, I see in the back end, we're going to go through this real quick, and then we'll bring you on right after that.
Okay, this is all you, buddy. This is all you. I'm all like, right. You asked me about that screenshot today, right?
Which one?
And I sent it to you, right? So there you go. It's all here. Go ahead. Yeah, there you go.
The screenshot. Oh yeah, for the fees. You and I go back and forth on so many screenshots, I can't even keep them straight anymore. So, so one of the big things is the weekly statement. A lot of people, when it comes down to it, they look at the per ride, and I get it. Like, you look at the price, you see what the customer paid, and you're like, why am I not getting paid 80% of that? Why am I not getting paid 75% of that? Why is Uber getting 50%? Why is the customer paying $50? I'm making $25 if I'm lucky. Why on the rare cases, why are they getting charged $88 and I'm making $12? I just saw that screenshot recently, so that's why it was in my mind. But either way, when it comes down to it, it's annoying. It pisses me off. I'm sure it pisses everybody else off. But the biggest thing is, when it averages out, and when you're playing it smart and you're using the knowledge, because we talked about that in just a little bit ago with the knowledge, if you can apply that knowledge, that is where you're going to be able to take advantage of things. You're going to be able to, kind of maneuver the app in a more profitable way for you, and a little bit less profitable for Uber and Lyft. So when it comes down to these weekly statements, this is an email that you got. So it says, "Hey Sergio, every Monday you receive the weekly statement that shows exactly how much you earned the previous week. Including the summary is a detailed breakdown of the fees we charge customers, what it goes to, commercial auto insurance, city region fees, tolls, and airport surges." The commercial auto insurance, look, I want to see an actual physical breakdown of that. I want to see it actually being charged. I want to see on the friggin' receipt for the actual thing. I want to see that number, because I don't believe when you're getting a $9 commercial surge, or I'm sorry, fee or surcharge, whatever you want to call it, on the freaking ride for something that's like a minimum fare distance ride. Something does not seem right there.
Yeah.
And trust me, like I said, we got the same gripes that everybody else probably does too. But we also are breaking down. We're looking at it a little bit more. So, it's just something to do. So we're gonna say how you can read it. So on the next thing, how to read your weekly earning statements. So on the first page, you see how much you made, how much you cashed out. So it's going to show you that. On the earnings breakdown, you can then see how much you made on trips, promotions, and tips. And then on the last part, you're going to see the weekly service fee. So these statements also include how much the weekly service fee was out of the customer price. So you can kind of see all that. You see the customer price, the customer promotion, the tip, the third-party fees and operational expenses, which is the regional city fees, tolls, and then the commercial auto insurance. And look, I mean, how big they are, how many trips are going on. If they're actually spending that amount of money on one trip, they're getting ripped the F off. And there's no way. If you're doing that, you're probably getting a prime discount at it. So, I mean, I understand. Yeah, there's probably a lot of accidents that are happening and going on at a particular time. I mean, how many accidents happen on that safety report last that they broke or that they had put out?
Okay, on that trip I sent you today, that was a 15-minute trip, 11 miles. $9 was the commercial insurance, bro. $9. Come on, man. But I'm pretty sure now, marketplace fees disappeared. Marketplace fee, I'm pretty sure is in that. I'm trying to find out. Uber will not come back to me. Uber, this is horseshit. You know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I mean, I'm going to find out one way or the other. So if the marketplace fee is in there and you're hiding that in the commercial insurance, that's a no-no. That's illegal. So you know. But anyway, we need the breakdown again, just like it used to be. Marketplace fee, service charge, commercial insurance, California driver's benefits, whatever, city fee, taxes. Just break it down like a human being, bro. Come on now. There you go.
Yeah. Nice, simple, and easy. And all right. So let's bring on Sheldon. He was sitting in the back while we were doing that, so we appreciate that. What is going on? How you doing?
I can't even believe I'm on here. I just want to say thank you to the both of you. First of all, since I've been watching this show, my everything has increased. My knowledge, my pay. But my biggest aggravation of it all is because I rent from Lyft through Hertz, so I can only just deal with Lyft. I haven't really had a chance to deal with Uber. However, dealing with message support.
Oh, that's coming up. We have Risher coming on. Guess what? We're going to talk about that.
I got some stuff for you, Sergio. I just haven't sent it yet.
Yeah,
however, two particular runs that I went on that I'm still fighting to get paid for from 2 months.
Wow.
Wow. It's ridiculous.
What city are you in Sheldon? What city are you in?
I am out of Boston, but I live actually in Providence.
Okay. And how long have you been driving?
Approximately 5 years. I took a break during the pandemic because of issues that I have, health, and I just didn't want to take the chance.
Yeah.
But I started back up last year in July. Makes a whole year I've been renting now from her. So
our suggestion is always have the most amount of tools in your toolbox, right? I know you're just stuck on Lyft. Trust me. I mean, if you can find a company that can rent you a car that is allowed for you to be allowed to do both, you need to have the tools on your. I'm sure there is. You need to just do like more of a search. I'm telling you, don't be stuck on Lyft. Don't be stuck on Uber, because the reason I'm saying is, man, this is not being negative. With one false passenger claim, you may get deactivated. Do you have a dash cam, by the way?
I do.
Okay, thank God. Right. So to me, have the most amount of tools you can have in your toolbox, and make them miss you, man. 1 week, you don't work for Uber 2 weeks, they'll send you a great quest. You don't work for Lyft for 2 weeks, they'll send you a better quest. So You have to play them against each other, you know.
Yep. Well, not only that, the other thing too is you could look up different fleets. There's always in different areas there are going to be different fleets that you can look for. So, and that is going to be renting through like a personal person, where they have maybe a fleet of vehicles, and in that case, you could potentially go on both Uber and Lyft. Just depends on how the fleet is set up and different things like that. So that's something you could also look at too. Is more of something that's going to be a little bit smaller, not something like Hertz or Avis or some of these bigger renting spots.
Thank you for telling me that. That's how I learned.
In every look, you're in a major city in Boston, maybe not in your city, but in Boston, which is a major city. Like Mike Smith says, it's a good comment. If you're going to rent, don't rent from the captive partner programs. Find an independent third party that does it for other companies as well. So if you do that, you're going to increase your earnings some more. I guarantee you. So
that's the goal. That's the goal.
Okay.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you on.
Very much.
Any parting words for us? Any wise advice from Sheldon, Boston?
I know a lot of people have problems with the scheduled rides.
Yep.
However, I like to do scheduled rides because it helps me plan, as I'm only to be able to do the Lyft. So it helps me plan to make whatever I want to make for that week.
100%.
And I tend to do airport runs because actually from here, there's a lot of tip money in there.
Yep.
It really is.
Yep, schedule rides do, and mostly our airport runs, and you're going to get more tips. And, like I said, Reiki, the one, viewer before, 3 Ps, patience, position, and planning. And the schedule comes into the third P, which is planning. Plan your day. Start your day, finish your day. So, glad to have you on, man. And then we'll have you on again whenever you want. So we're going to try this. Do you like it? Do you like having coming on? Is it cool?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I'm really going to try to meet you in Denver because my dad lives there.
Nice.
I'm on down.
All right. Take care. Thank you so much.
Great to have you.
Thanks, Sheldon. Have a good one.
Thank you for the support, man. Much appreciated.
No problem.
Bye. All right. Well, yeah. Sergio might be there. I unfortunately won't because I am going to be on vacation. So I'm going to enjoy the weekend.
Margaritas for you.
Oh, lots of drinks. So, hey, grandma's coming to watch the kids. So the wife and I can go out and enjoy, have some fun. And, it'll be nice. So, yeah, I got the whole week. So it'll be good. But either way, hey, we always want to give back. So let's give some money.
Yeah.
Enter #money right now in chat, live chat only. Again, live chat only. This is the only way you're going to be able to get it. Not in anything else. So if you're watching the replay, sorry, you got to come to the live stream. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Not on July 4th next week. Sorry, we're skipping the week, and we're going to enjoy.
We need a break,
whether we're driving or partying or whatever it might be. Hopefully, you will too. So just let us know on the following week what you guys did on the 11th. So we'll be back then. But either way, enter #money in that chat right now.
You know what? I like that hashtag. We're giving money. Man, I like it. I just like it.
Yeah, I do too. That's why we use it all the time.
Harry's money. Bye, Harry.
Yeah,
he's not here, right?
I don't know.
He's probably lurking somewhere in the background.
Oh, the wife is in the chat.
I don't know. Something's going. Is there an inside joke here? What's happening?
What? No, my wife just she heard me talking, so she's like, she came in the chat. What did you say?
Yeah.
I said we're going on vacation, enjoying, and Grandma is going to be watching the kids, so we can actually have a good time. Nothing bad.
Number 3. That's an inside joke.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to the next story. We'll bring more people on if they want to come on in a little while. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on to our next story, which is the Uber driver that was killed. So first off, yeah, Harry, show me the money. So first off, what we want to do, we always want to bring up, any type of safety, any type of issues, anything like that. Display ride dash camera or just a dash camera in general. But the reason why display ride dash camera is very good is because it uploads to the cloud right then and there. So if somebody is trying to do something that they shouldn't be doing, like take your dash camera, throw it out the window, oh well, it's already up to the cloud. So they got it. If they try doing something stupid, oh well, it's up to the cloud. They already got it. So it helps when it comes to retrieving that data, when it comes to getting that. What's up?
Stupid is stupid does. You know, there are a lot of those out there these days.
Oh yeah. And then the false reports, accidents are a big thing. There's a lot of things that a dash camera is good to have. So one of the big things that we recommend, like I say, is display ride dash camera. Great dash camera. And actually Rideshare Rodeo just got his, and I don't know if you saw that short, but he just got his on. He made it where he was talking about it.
Did he? Steve, did you use the RSG10, bro, or RSG20? Sorry, I hope you did.
I don't know if he didn't. He should have. But either way, RSG20 will get you 20% off. So instead of being 25 a month, you get it for 20 a month. So yeah, I know Steve, he just did. So hopefully you will be able to get yours as well too. So use that link, RSG20. Link is going to be in the description below as well too.
Donnie.
So if you want to do that.
Donnie.
Yeah, in DC cameras are free, but you have to unfortunately qualify. And there's a couple of hoops that you got to jump through in order to do that.
Life, Donnie.
No, unfortunately there isn't. I mean, going outside. Honestly, the only thing that's free in life is going outside, hanging out, looking at the trees, and enjoying life. That's the free thing in life.
No shit.
But yeah, when it comes to display ride, and the biggest thing is safety, and that's what's bringing us into our next topic.
Okay,
I
don't know what to say about this. This is you know what? You guys can pound me all you want. I don't think this is Uber's fault. I say when Uber's fault is Uber's fault. I don't think this is Uber's fault. This is a bonehead. Now,
this is a moron. This is the passenger who's
beyond
a idiot.
I don't even know what. Okay, we did the poor Florida driver, Uber Eats driver, who got chopped up to pieces by that El Cholo, whatever gangster, right, in Florida. This is. I read it and I'm like, should we even do this? But then I do, because please, he has a GoFundMe page. His name is Piedra, last name. Just Google I forgot his first name. Okay. Anyway, but just Google Piedra and it will get you to his GoFundMe page if you guys want to go donate some money. This woman was visiting her boyfriend, Phoebe Copas, 48, from Kentucky, and she was in Texas. She went there, and she got in this poor guy's car. This guy's following Uber directions, bro. This guy's following the map, bro. And when he got close, supposedly, to the Suarez, Mexico border, she pulled out a 9mm and blew the guy away, thinking she was going to get kidnapped. What freaking world do we live in? Now, in this case, Uber didn't do anything. Uber just put this lady in his car. Now, did she have priors? First of all, it's completely against the terms of service to walk in a car as a passenger or a driver with a gun. Period. No ifs, no buts about it. Not just for the driver, for the passenger as well. Maybe she had done things like this before. I don't know. Maybe she shouldn't be on the Uber platform. I'm not the one to say. Uber knows. But this guy died for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever. Now, if you guys say rideshare driving is not dangerous, I don't know what else to say. Rest in peace. I just feel bad for the family, feel bad for the guy. And the bonehead is going to go to jail for a long time, which she deserves.
Rightfully should.
Yeah.
Rightfully should. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous when it comes down to it, because, you should know where you're going in terms of where you are and all that. If you don't have that direction, first off, ask the question.
It's on your app, bro. It's on your app as a passenger. You can follow yourself on the freaking app.
Yeah. Well, not only that, why wouldn't you just ask the question?
Yeah. Before you blow the guy
where are we going? Or are you taking me somewhere? I don't know. Ask the question. Be communicating. not just automatically assume and pull out the gun and trigger. No, now she's going to be charged with murder, and rightfully so, because yeah, I mean, something like this should not be happening. I don't know. I don't even know how it would have escalated from 0 to 100 that quickly, just because you saw signs for Juarez, Mexico. I mean, come on. I'm driving down when I drive to Chicago. When I hit Cleveland, on the other side of Cleveland, I see a sign for Chicago. I mean, come on. Like, how far of a distance is that? I mean,
well, this is very easy to prove on the driver's side because Uber has all this information. Uber has all the GPS info, right? And she can claim, this knucklehead Phoebe Copas all she wants, that I thought I was getting kidnapped. Well, guess what, Miss Copas? Uber has the GPS, tracking on you and him, and I bet you the guy did not veer off the given navigation. Okay, either Google Maps or the Uber's own nav. I don't think you have a point here. I mean, before you blow somebody's head off, first of all, think about this, Chris. How dumb you got to be to kill your own driver? Because the guy can go fall off a cliff and kill you with it. I mean, think about this. How stupid are people these days?
Or like just you're driving and then all of a sudden you're going into the other lane. Now you're in a giant accident. Now you're going too. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm just stupid. But anyway, rest in peace. What can we say? Another victim.
Oh, that DC lady that threw herself out of the car. Yeah.
Yeah, we heard about that one. We were going to talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. How Risher got her back on the system immediately. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, we got the good screenshots for that. So either way, that's at least a good story in terms of getting back on the platform. Making sure that everything was okay there.
Joe Driver, can we post the page? No, buddy, just go Google his last name. It's on the article. Please don't make us do it. He wants to find out what his GoFundMe page is. If you can put it on, put it on. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
Just Google his last name. Google his first name, last name. It will. One of the first 3 links is going to be. I did it already, but I didn't put it in here. Okay, just Google Texas driver gets killed by the passenger. You'll see it. It's all over the news. So anyway.
Yep. All right. With that being said, let us get into our winner of our first giveaway. So give me 1 second. We'll share this screen.
Let's go.
Done. We got 80 entries. So congratulations to everybody. One lucky winner is going to win $25 right here, right now of Harry. His money. Oh, Miss Ticket. All right. Congratulations. Make sure you hit up Sergio at therideshareguide.com.
Yes, please. No email, no money. So Mr. Cat is 23 from Michael Jordan. I bet you it is, right? Okay.
I don't know. It might.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah.
All right. Let me remove that.
Rest in peace, poor driver, and the family. If you guys want to go help, go help. Whatever.
Yeah, real sad. And this is just something that, you always try to be communicative with your passengers.
Yeah, man.
And pay attention. And, I saw a comment earlier when it said, if you've seen problematic passengers, after a while of doing this, you kind of figure that out. You'll know, especially as they're getting in the car or anything. You can always cancel the ride and don't have to take them. So don't feel obligated or anything. If you feel that the ride is going to go south, especially right at the beginning, it's only going to get worse. Those types of things, just always be, paying attention, always know what's going on, whatever you can. So
a life lost for no reason whatsoever. None. Zero. Like zero.
Exactly. Horrible story. All right. Let's talk about, speaking of renting, let's move on to renting. I don't know if you got this screenshot recently.
This is mine. No,
I'm talking about the chat or anybody who's watching.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. You are? Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it just for content purposes. Lose my ass for 4 months, and then let's see how that goes. Okay, people, like in anything in life, not just Uber, Lyft. Forget Uber, Lyft. Anything in life, you got to read the small print. There's a lot of small print in this. As you guys can see, the ones and the asterisk and all that shit. By the way,
It looks like I'm
rent
reading an email
EV,
from Uber.
Tesla or a Mustang at your own risk, because you could be algo shaved. There you go. So you guys know. That dollar that says in the third paragraph on the right screenshot, it says earn more. Make an extra dollar on every trip up to $4,000 annually. That dollar may not be a dollar. So if you're going to do this, be careful. Okay. Now, this is a 4-month lease, by the way. This is not week to week or anything. This is a pretty decent commitment on this at $199 a week and 500 miles. After that, everything is at 20 cents a mile extra. Chris, how many drivers do you know they only drive 500 miles a week?
Part-timers?
Not even, bro. I'm going like, no, this is like, I don't know. So if you're going to drive 1,500 miles a week, right? That's an extra 1,000. So the first 500 is on the house, okay? The next 1,000 is at 20 cents. That's $200. 200 plus the 199 plus tax plus charging is going to be like more than the Tesla for the weekly. Now, if you want to go try it out, but this is not like week to week. This is 4 month lease. So do it at your own risk. But I got this. Initially, I thought this is week to week. I'll do it because it's one. I'm dumb enough to believe $199 a week versus Tesla's $350 a week, right? So I go like this. I'm gonna do, and then I started reading the small print, and I was like, nope. It's like 4 months is a long time.
Here's the thing. On average, how many miles are you putting on your car per week when you're actually out doing it?
If I do rideshare?
Yeah.
If I do delivery, much less. If I do rideshare, if I put in a 40-hour week, I'm 100% sure I'll put in 1,000 with all the miles.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, and I cherry pick, and I use my DFs, all of them on both platforms. I'm maneuvering myself with the DFs, with 4 DFs that I have all the time. So I'm really trying to stay in the hot zone. But even with that way, minimal dead miles, scheduled trips, reserve trips, all that shit, Chris, I still drive it like 1,000 miles a month. I mean, 1,000 miles a week.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing. Read the fine print when it comes down to it.
Please.
I mean, hey, it wouldn't be too bad to be driving a I don't know, questionable child of a Ford Mustang. I mean, there's actually a funny meme that's out, and it showed like a 1960s Mustang, and then it showed the new one, the Mach-E, and it's like, and it said like, it showed it and then said, "That's not my child."
Yeah. No.
If I could find it, I'll have to post it for next week. But I saw that and I laughed. I'm like,
don't
yeah,
tell that to Gabe. Gabe loves it.
I know, right? Gabe ain't watching. Gabe's not watching. But either way, always read the fine print on things when it comes down to it. And for those who may not have seen what we're talking about with the $1 extra incentive that they claim, that may not necessarily be happening. We just released the video on Saturday about that. So you could look up the video that says, is Uber really giving a full $1 incentive or something like that? I don't remember the name of the title. And then you can also check up last week's live. It was the first part of the show that we did where we were doing the driver comparison between 4 drivers in Chicago. One driver was a Tesla. 3 drivers had ICE internal combustion engines. And the Tesla owner was getting ride requests that were coming in that were only 80 cents more on the majority of rides versus $1. When every other driver was getting the exact same price, the driver who's the Tesla owner was only getting it 80 cents. Sometimes $1 was one or two times was at 90 cents. And then the majority were at 80 cents. And then there were a couple that was like 35 cents and like 65 cents or something like that. So it's always something that you want to pay attention to. Okay. And if you have an EV, one of the best things that you can do, see if you're actually getting the true dollar. Test with some other people. Because, so if you know another driver in your area, get together with them, turn your apps on, go grab some coffee, screen record it, and let your apps get all these requests that come in. And then what we'll do is you can send it to us. We'll sync them up. We'll take a look at it. We'll break it down to see, are you actually getting the full $1 or not? And we'll be able
this 4,000 annually, by the way, Chris, this 4,000 annually may not be 4,000 at all.
Yeah. Well, it'll look like 4,000 annually because what
Oh, it will,
they're
yeah, it
doing
will
is
definitely look like
what they're doing is
on your weekly statement. It'll show dollar promotion
Yep.
for all the rides you did. On the back end, though, you're getting algo shaved. You know, I love it. I'm gonna
So
get
your
a few
base
t-shirts
fare is actually getting what's shaved. So let's say on average, let's say a normal vehicle is getting $5, the gas powered car. They're getting $5 for that particular ride. What ended up happening was the Tesla owner was getting $5.80 for that same exact ride.
Yeah.
Phones were literally right here apart. And so what they're doing is to show that $1 extra, they're going in into the base fare and changing the base fare, so that driver would get $4.80 instead of $5.
But then, you know, with the new upfront algo, everything is being shaved now. Surge started getting shaved immediately. We noticed that. We showed some of those negative equity trips, right? That got shaved. Boost is getting shaved. Everything is getting shaved. So I am definitely, you know, the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna get a t-shirt that says, "I have been shaved by the algo." That's what we're all getting shaved. It has nothing to do with me being the top one driver or not. We're all getting shaved, and we're all frogs getting boiled slowly. That's what we are. So you guys know.
Speaking of, I should have looked at the next slide. I forgot about that. Again, more fine print when it comes to the Mustang EV and what you need to know. So there's a lot of fine print right there. That's a whole little section 1, 2, and 3.
Look, the basics is this is a 4-month obligation. You cannot just rent it week to week like you do with Hertz Tesla deal. Okay. 2, you can only drive Uber. 3, only 500 free miles comes with the 199 plus insurance plus tax. It'll probably run you 250, 260 anyway. This is per week. 4, every single mile after 500 miles is charged at 20 cents a mile. So those are the basics, you guys know. Okay. If you know that, then you know what you're getting into. So don't come to me later and say, "Oh, I couldn't get out of it." I'm like, yeah, it's 4-month deal. So you guys know.
Yep. And then if you wanted to see that, I don't know if you can see the screenshots with that, but each driver was getting $9.28 where it was the gas powered. And then the EV driver who had the Tesla was getting $10.08. So right there is 80 cents. So, and that's the same exact ride for every driver. So whether it was trip radar, whether it was an actual ping, that was the same exact trip. So that just goes to show you, there is some shaving. So when it came down to look at it, if let's say the gas powered vehicle would take it at $9.28, it would show base fare $9.28. I mean, it would show like customer payment and all that good stuff. But when it came to what you got paid, it would show base fare $9.28. And then what would end up happening was you would see on the Tesla, if he would have taken it, it would be $9.08 as the base fare, then the $1 EV incentive to show that $1 where it would have been the total payment or your price would be $10.08. So that's what they're doing there. That's the little sneaky game that they're playing. So I mean, how much is, if you do 4,000 rides and they shaved off, let's say 80 cents, what is that? $400 that's getting shaved off or something like that. So quite a bit there. Yeah.
Okay. It has Uber and Lyft. Not in every city. Obviously, Washington State doesn't have any of these shenanigans because they have $1.50 a mile and 64 cents a minute. And New Jersey doesn't have it. I know because I got a lot of emails from Jersey drivers saying that how come we don't have it? Jersey drivers, you really don't want it. Don't want it. Trust me, you don't want it. And I'm sure there are some other cities that don't have it, smaller ones. But in big cities, it's in every big city. So that's it.
Yep. Yeah, Jersey's not because they don't want you to know that you're going to New York City or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they don't want you to cherry pick that out. But, you know, it's crazy. You go to, I mean, Connecticut has it. New York State has it. Everywhere has it except for Jersey. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe there is some sort of stipulation or bylaw within.
No, they don't want you to decline all the long trips going into the city.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is if you're in downstate New York, if you're, let's say, in Orange County or anything like that, you know, or anywhere outside of the city, even Albany, there can be trips going from Albany to New York City. Or if you're in Connecticut, if you're near like New Haven and all that, there's trips going to New York City all the time, and they're seeing them. So it's like that whole section of the state is seeing them. If they want to take them, they can. And if they don't, they don't. But they're all getting upfront fares. So Jersey, you know, it's kind of unique in that aspect because all these other areas are able to filter out that trip if it's going to New York and they don't want to go into the 5 boroughs or anything. So it's just something I thought was pretty wild when it came down to it.
Yep. All right. Next.
All right. Well, let's do some. Oh, you know what? Let me reset this. Hold on. We're gonna give some more money away.
Yeah, we're gonna give money away, and we want one more person to come up. So whoever has the cojones. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Yeah, we
Hashtag
want to do this interactive.
SMTMC.
Yep.
Enter
Hashtag
hashtag SMTMC in the chat, and we're going to be giving away in a little bit. Before that, we'll put the links in. We're going to do our funnies and all that good stuff, and we'll put the links throughout as we're doing that. And if you want to come in, if you want to share any thoughts with what we've talked about today, if you want to share any thoughts with overall, if you got any questions or anything, by all
Lowercase
means,
people.
stop in. Yeah. Lowercase, and you can try entering the chat as much as you want. You're only going to get one entry. So
Yeah.
I know somebody did that in the first time. You're only going to get one entry. So you could continue doing it. You could spam the chat all you want. You're only going to get one entry. Just saying. So with that being said, let's move on. Sergio, for the last few weeks, we've been trying to figure out Uber Crew. What's going on with Uber Crew? Are you going to be a crew member? And what's going on? What happened?
No. There you go. That's short and sweet for you. Is that enough for you? No.
Who? Now, my question was, who is the person that conducted the interview? What was his name again?
Something Black. Brandon Black.
Brandon. So Brandon knew you. They said, "Oh, we know your work." Brandon, I don't think I think you failed there, Brandon. I'm going to call you out, Brandon. Right now, I'm calling you out.
Yep.
And anybody else, you actually, if you can vote for crew members, you can actually.
Don't vote for it. How about write me in? If you're in California, LA, actually, write my name in. How about that? Write in campaign. Screw these people. They picked 10 Kool-Aid drinkers over there, and not me. I'm like, okay, fine. There you go. Write my name in. Screw everybody.
Yeah. You know what, Brandon? You screwed up. You failed, and you want to know why? Because the one person, Sergio, that would have probably been the best choice. Was there to be able to actually help out. But no, you just but all you want is just a couple of cheerleaders and a couple of photo ops. And, the reality of it, we all know Uber Crew is just a publicity stunt to make it where drivers can vent and, other drivers have to hear it because it's all set up through drivers. Those drivers that are on Uber Crew really don't have a damn thing when it comes to being able to
one of the candidates was 3 months, the driver for 3 months, one of the candidates out of the 10. They had 10 people, 10 faces. It wasn't mine. One of them was 3 months, one of them was 8 months, and one was like 7 years. I get the choice here. But I'm like, really? Me versus a 3 month newbie? Really? What is that? What is she just is like, or he, I don't even remember the face now. They're like in the honeymoon phase. They don't even know. They think everything is wonderful. You got it there. You want to do Uber Crew Uber. You got to put some grizzly veterans in there who can fix shit. Not this group of kumbaya, blah 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 blah. Whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. Uber Crew is only going to be a kumbaya sitting around the bonfire because that's all the Uber itself, they won't even care. There's nothing that Uber Crew is actually going to change. The only thing that they're there to do is to have other drivers vent to them with these office hours, and that's all it is. It's a publicity stunt to say Uber is listening, and maybe there might be something that gets up the totem pole, but in the reality of things, it's not going to. The one person that could have maybe made some sort of hoopla or change, Brandon, you screwed up.
Yeah,
you really screwed up.
You had me, Brandon.
You lost. You had him. You lost.
Had me. I was willing to take your Kool-Aid for at least 10 minutes, and then blow the shit up. But
now I'm talking to Marcus, and this is Marcus at Lyft. Marcus, when Lyft DAC is ready to start, you better be emailing Sergio so he can be on the DAC.
Yeah,
you can even email me. I'll go back on the DAC. I don't care.
Yeah, bro. No, Uber Crew is not related to the specialized teams. Uber Crew is like 50 drivers from all, like Orange County in LA. We have different counties. All of them sit there on a Zoom call where actual drivers cannot even pose questions or participate live. They don't even answer questions. We actually live stream a couple of these things. I was like, they all just go, oh, this is so great. This is so great. We're working on this. I'm like, bro, I would have just shaken the place up and get the shit together over there. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Next time. Next time. Yeah. Next time. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Come on the
So-
show. Share your thoughts.
Yep.
There we go.
So either way, Brandon failed. Sorry. I was a failure, Brandon.
Thank you, partner.
All right.
Thank you for picking up.
Let's move on to our next little thing here.
Yeah, good,
Ohio
good
State
story.
football player paying it forward. See, paying it forward. Show me the extra miles, sunshine. Award.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
Oh, as a DoorDash delivery driver. So you want to talk about this one?
No, bro. The guy's an NFL player, bro, and he's a punter, and you know he's doing DoorDash, and guess what he's doing with that money, right? He's going, you know, he's feeding the homeless or he's feeding the hungry. Here you go, ex-Ohio State football player paying it forward. That's what we want to hear from Show Me the Extra Mile Sunshine Award. One of you for June.
Mhm.
One. Anyway,
Yep.
former Ohio State football player and now current Cincinnati Bengal, Drew Kreisman, has been using his free time to be a DoorDash delivery driver. But there's a catch. All of the proceeds he earns through his work as a delivery driver, he then, you know, you got to get rid of that SMTMC thing so I can read it.
He spends on feeding the hungry and in around the city of
There
Cincinnati.
you go. There you go. See? This is it. This is what we do here. You know, and this guy, kudos. You know, congrats to the Cincinnati Bengal, Drew Kreisman, or Krisman, if I'm butchering your
You know
last
what?
name.
Maybe we should try to reach out to Drew and
Yeah.
see if he would come on the show and
Yeah.
teach everybody how to pay it forward.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, hey, look, hey, he's in a good spot, in a good situation where he is able to go out and be able to donate that money and
Yeah.
donate his time to be able to do that. For the rest of us, you know, it's a grind. We're putting it towards our bills. We're putting it towards our leisurely activities, whatever it might be. So it's a little bit different. But if somebody's in need or anything like that, hey, if you got to go the extra mile, please.
Yep.
You know, it makes the world a better place. Everybody gets happier. You know, there's smiles on people's face. You could make somebody's day. You never know how things can impact somebody else. So
Yep, I agree.
we just want to say, show me the extra sunshine award
thumbs
by
up.
paying it forward, and you may be highlighted as the
Thumbs up.
recipient of that award.
Yep.
But
Thumbs up to
Drew, awesome job.
Drew, great.
Awesome job, Drew. So maybe we'll try to send our contacts and see if we can come on and talk about that, because that would be
I
pretty
think it's
cool.
a great idea. Yeah, I'll be on it this week. So
Did you want
next
to
one
pull
is
any
gonna be-
anything from this particular article then, or
No, just short and sweet. You know, the guy's doing it right. Just like, look at the article, even says paying it forward. It's not my article. Somebody wrote this. And hey, all I go is 2 thumbs up. Congrats. And we'll reach out to you and try to get you on and talk about your good deed. Not that you need our $100, Drew, because I'm sure you're making boku bucks at the Cincinnati Bengals punting that ball. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
what's the league minimum right now? 250,000,
is that it?
something like that. It's
It's
ridiculous.
Better than
Oh,
DoorDash.
by a lot. Actually, it might be higher than that now. I don't remember what the league minimum is. At
Yeah, by the way,
but-
anybody in the chat knows Drew or in Cincinnati, you know, give him a call, say they're looking for you. Show me the money he's looking for you. So, like, there you go.
Yeah, we want to give him a little extra happiness and attention. And
Did you put the link in there,
support
buddy?
there.
Anybody else want to come show their face before we leave for you guys?
We got a couple other things, so all you got to do, click the link, and then you can come on,
Don't be
ask
shy.
your questions,
Nobody's
share your
watching.
thoughts. Yeah, don't be shy. Nobody's gonna. We
Nobody's
love
watching.
having fun. So
Yeah.
if you want to come on, hang out, ask your questions, share your thoughts on what we talked about, share your thoughts on
right.
something else, by all means. So we got a couple more things. Let's talk about a Uber driver who decided to take one for the team. Not even us asking him to take one for the team, but him taking one for the team because he wanted to see what it was truly like.
Yeah, I did. I
Holy
sent, you know what?
crap.
As soon as I saw this email, I confirmed that it was real. I got a couple other screenshots and I sent him $25 of Harry's money. No joke.
Well,
no joke.
congratulations, driver.
Yeah, so now his
Utah driver.
pay came up to 36.47 as opposed to 11.47. So he goes, I get like thousands of these emails a week, bro. But some of them I love. He goes, Sergio, love the content you put out. Truly great, much appreciated. I saw a ridiculous order come in the trip radar Okay, you know what trip radar is, people? Is where all trips go to die. Don't touch. Anyway.
Yep.
I saw a ridiculous order come in the trip radar, and someone took it. Look at this. Somebody took it and then
Oh my God.
canceled it, and it showed again and came back to him. Second time is the charm. You know, he goes, he goes, it came my way. So I decided to take one for the team. Thank you. I'm not going to say his name, but thank you anyway. And screenshot this ridiculousness for proof Uber is keeping 90% in some cases. Okay. Now, I know you took one and I sent you some money, and now I think it's okay, $36 or whatever you made with the 25. But here's the deal: 90 minutes. This was a Walmart delivery. This is in Utah. 90 minutes for $11.47 with 8 stops, and Uber kept 55 out of the 66. There were 8 people had ordered it. So what does Uber Algo do? Commingle everything and send it to this driver for $11.47. 22 miles, an hour and 31 minutes. Embarrassing, really. But this guy took it because, you know what? I just wanted to have some fun and show something else. So show me the money. I'm going like, hey, man. And he did it. Please share this BS, which we are sharing. Hope you're watching. I don't know. I'm not going to say your name, but hope you're watching. Please share this BS. I've seen worse, by the way. I'm like, I'm not sure this could get worse, but let's say it did. So here's the left is the screenshot on his trip radar. On the right is the complete breakdown. Where you guys see? Because customer 1, customer 2, customer 3, each individual customer paid something towards this fare. The total fare came up to be $66.36. This driver got $11.47. Uber kept 55 out of the 66, Chris. Welcome to
you know what?
Algoland.
Here's what I want to know. If you're doing things like this, Uber, at an hour and 31 minutes expected, and that doesn't include the time to pick up and wait for the order to come from Walmart. It doesn't include the time probably to travel there. They're estimating an hour and a half when it comes to from when you're starting your trip to when you're dropping it off and finishing it. So the biggest thing here is, let's just say that'll probably take you 2 hours in true form. I mean, maybe 90 minutes. Sure.
And there's no Prop 22 in Utah, by the way, so you know.
But how in the hell does that get you to $37 per active hour like you claim?
Well, the next one is going to be $120 per active hour. That's how I guess you.
Yeah. Well, they got to do something in order to be able to do that. But
the guy took one for the team. Much appreciated. Keep him. Don't do this too often. This is not good for your health, mental, physical, car health. None of this. Okay.
No. Yeah. You're not even making 50 cents per mile there, and that's per mile. So I mean,
that's crazy.
That's just ridiculous.
No, but the point on his point was Uber kept 90% of the fare, which is correct. So when people come and say, is like $66 they charge to 8 different people, and they paid this poor guy $11.47, and it says included expected tip. Tip of what? God. Tip this. Tip of we don't want to get demonetized.
You know what, driver? Here drivers
tip
sign up for Spark.
This is Italian for you.
The drivers sign up for Spark. It's Walmart. You get paid better. You get tips.
And you know what? You are so right, because there was a comment on this that somebody said if this was on the Walmart Spark platform, these 8 deliveries, it would have paid like 50 to 55.
Yep. So sign up for Spark. Tony says the only way I get my $1 EV is on no surge minimum trips, 575 in Denver, 475 non-EV. Well, that sounds like the minimum trip, and that would be the only way. Now the question is, are you getting the full $1 outside that? So Tony, I have homework for you to do.
Denver.
I got homework for you to do, Tony. Well, your app won't work there, Serge. Yeah. But Tony, I got some homework for you. Get together with a couple people who are not driving EVs, or even 2 EVs, 2 non-EVs, and do the screenshots, the screen recordings. Send it our way, and we'll see what's going on. We'll tell you exactly what's happening.
What kind of shading you're going through?
Oh yeah. All right. So, yeah, that's a pretty interesting thing there when it comes down to it. Let's move on to a couple of other screenshots. The first one, this pickup note. Look at that. Read that pickup note. Let me know if you can tell.
What? Receive text. Kane B leg. What? Kane member needed donut. Oh, this person has a hemorrhoid. Donut to sit on if possible. What the F? And this is the 262 trip? Really? No.
Oh no. This is
Okay.
No.
It's a scheduled pickup from a hospital. Okay, I got you right there. Yeah,
Yep.
This is one of those Lyft medical trips.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
you mark this as red. You're a dead man. Just I give up.
I would look at that and be like, what? I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, the only thing I can figure out is that it says Kane and pickup 1045.
Well, leg PU. I'm amputated. Leg PU 1045. What does that mean? Leg whatever.
I don't know. And then I like how they call
the person who texted this is probably the person that's ordering the trip. It's not even the actual sick person.
It's not
Imagine how messed up they are.
Well, that's what MBR is. It's member. They don't even call them patients anymore. They call them members.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. But yeah, they call them members. Needs a donut to sit on. If any driver has a donut, please let me know. I would love to know. I mean, I have a nice cushion. Well, I used to have a cushion. Now I don't need one with my new car. But I mean, like, other than that, who the hell drives with a donut? I mean, come on.
I drive with a donut that I eat, but not the donut.
Yeah, I stop at Tim Hortons, pick up that donut or Paula's Donuts. Anybody in Buffalo knows that, and highly suggest go to Paula's.
I love donuts. I can't tell.
No,
I don't know, bro. This is
it's. I don't know.
We should show this to Risher when he comes on.
Save it. We'll save it. Just remind me later.
Yeah, save it. No, we have a lot to show him. We have a lot.
that middle screenshot right there.
It's LA, bro.
262.
LA. That's my neighborhood. We still work for 262. We still work for 262 people. There you go.
I saw that and I'm like, holy crap.
Yep.
So that was pretty crazy there. And then that other one, I don't know. I've never seen this before.
Oh,
it says earn another.
This is new now. No, this is new. So they want to extend it. If you want to, like, they're like trying to entice you to wait more. You know what I'm saying? Besides above and beyond the 5 minutes, like as if I didn't give up any of my life for you today. He goes like, oh, you make like $2 more if you wait more. I'm like, no, shove it. There you go. See you later.
Well, here's the question.
Yeah.
If you wait 5 minutes, you'll make $2.08 more. Would you call that more worth it to wait or cancel the trip and wait for another ride to come in?
Depends on what kind of trip I accepted, and depends what I'm doing. Because if this was like a $15 sticky going a mile for $20, I'm waiting, baby. It all depends.
I'll wait all day long.
I'm waiting all day, buddy. I'm just gonna take a smoke, get out of the car, take your time, do whatever you want. It's all good. Anyway, but yeah, that's okay. So people, when I talk about money, this is my backyard. This is LA. $2.62. That's what we work for. Minimum fare is $2.62.
How does that pay anything? How does that pay?
I have no idea, bro. I don't know. I mean,
that doesn't even pay for the donut that you just bought with the coffee.
If you're doing this, you know what? Why you do this? Like you have like a ride challenge, maybe like 50 or 400 or some ridiculous thing. So this becomes a $10 trip. That's the only way you do it.
60 for 700.
What the freak, bro?
That's what I'm currently in right now. I'll show you the screenshots when I got that.
We're on the first 10 basis now, David. Buffalo's getting that. I got zilch, nothing.
Hey, okay. You got the pink stash. He showed me the money. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, David. But either way, so yeah, some crazy screen. Here's a couple other screenshots that I came across.
I don't know these.
So look at this one. The first one. It's a text message from it. It says, "We will be ready in 20 minutes. Is that okay?" Going to New Brunswick, New Jersey train station. Here's the caption is, "He accepted the ride that was 1 minute away." All right. Here's the thing. If you're in the train station, don't order it when you're pulling into the station or when you're like landing your plane and it's pulling into when it's literally taxiing to the gate. Do not do that. Order it when you're ready, because the driver is going to be right down the street from you. Because with this Uber gray clouds of doom, that's exactly what they're doing. They're making sure that the drivers are all within 5 minutes. So order your ride when you're getting into the train station. You got your luggage, you got everything going, you're good to go. And then you could walk from the train station to the Uber pickup spot and you're there. Right. But that person, as they said, sorry, can't wait 20 minutes, and they're going to cancel.
No, I justifiably so. But you know what? The passengers are being trained by Uber and Lyft to do this even at airports now. Like while you're taxiing, they go order your trip. I'm like, no, we're not going to do it. You know what I mean? We have LA exit in LA, so you have to actually take a bus and go to where the pickup zone is. But a lot of airports, they pick you up right at the gate, you know? And I'm like, they go like, oh yeah, schedule your pickup. But I'm like, no, nobody do it, please. Don't do any of this stuff. Okay, come on.
Yeah. Now here's on the flip side. So drivers, don't pull this crap. So this is where a driver texted the passenger saying, I am stuck in I'm obviously don't speak English as their native, so that's why they say I am stuck in the traffic. But either way, I'm stuck in traffic. Please cancel the ride. No. So that passenger was smart and said, no, see you soon. So and unfortunately that's what drivers are doing. And do not do that. Don't do it. That's a fast way to get you deactivated, because all they have to do is take that screenshot showing you that, send it to Uber and saying, hey, cancel. They can get the passengers to
cancel. You cannot do that.
Yep. Yeah. So this is something that is a real problem. Now, on the flip side, if the driver is there waiting and there's some issue or something like that, and you're telling him to cancel, no, you're the one who's going to cancel as a passenger. Sorry. Yeah. So don't pull that crap. If you have a problem, if you're stuck in traffic, or if you have a flat tire, or you ran out of gas or something,
that's right.
Don't accept a ride or cancel the ride or whatever it is, but that's on you as the driver, not the other way around. You're not there to collect the cancellation fee for you being a shady asshole. So don't do that. All right. Okay. And then who knows Boomer? Anybody know Boomer McGinnis? Oh, Boomer's a good guy. No. So in the Facebook page, he's looking at this. Here's the thing: $170 for an 8.5 hour trip.
What?
It was, it's an 8.5 hour round trip, actually. So it would have been like a 4 hour trip. It was like a little over 4 hours. I don't have it was from like almost Charleston to like Raleigh. Wow. It's hard to see on that one little screenshot there.
But this doesn't even make sense for the algorithm to put this out there.
No, but either way, so he did the breakdown. It's $170 for 8.5 hours, which would have been a total 490 mile round trip. So Lord. You're not going to get you're going well in North Carolina. I mean, from Charleston. I don't know if you can drive. Jeff, if you're in here, let us know. Driving through Myrtle Beach, going into that area and all that. But either way, it's still a 490 mile round trip. 35 miles per gallon is what they're getting. So he's going to equate 14 gallons of gas, with the gas being $3.30 a gallon. It's going to cost $50. So after gas,
all the shit? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. After gas, it's $120 after gas. That doesn't include the car maintenance that you should be putting aside too, because you need brakes and you need oil changes and you need all that other stuff.
Super hard pass on this one.
It would break it down to $14 an hour. So for an 8.5 hour run, well, but here's the kicker. This is why they do active time. So if it was really 4 hours, divide that by $170, and they're going to say, hey, look, you're making a good chunk of change for that 4 hours during that trip because it's active time. No, when you're doing total time, it's $170 for 8.5 hours. Divide that by 8.5 hours. What do you get?
Well,
it's a little bit different than 4 hours. In fact, it's about half.
Yeah, and active time is bullshit. There you go.
Yeah. So it's very interesting there when it comes down to it. And then there is a comment here. that I wanted to highlight.
I'm trying
This
to get a
is-
hold of this guy, bro. This is unreal. So I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, you know,
So-
a lot of these people put these comments on our videos, and I go like an idiot. I read it, and then I go immediately. I go send it back to me because I need to interview you. I'm like, I have never heard of anybody driving 100,000 miles. I go like, wow, okay. I'm an Uber driver for 6 years, and I drove more than 100K miles since 22 to now. I heard the Uber will reimburse for vehicle expenses on Prop 22 they owned. Well, do you know anything about this, please? Yes, I do. If you're a rideshare driver, if you're even a quasi cherry picker, you're not going to get that adjustment because the way the law is written, you are definitely making more than the minimum that they put up, which is $15.20 for LA County, and you are not going to get it. So, sorry, but that's what it is. But besides that, email me, please, Sergio@therideshareguy.com. I want to talk to you. I want to see how you put 100,000 miles since 2022 on your car. It's probably easy, though, you know, if you're a full-time driver.
Yep. All right, we got David in the back. Just give us one more. We got one more screenshot, and then we'll bring you on. And then, so this is the other screenshot right here.
I have a question.
so-
How are these scammers able to send these rides on your end? Simply, they just become a customer and
Yeah, essentially, it's just the luck of the draw. So for those who are questioning, how do you get them? It's just the luck of the draw. Basically, what they're doing is they're ordering a ride at a pickup and a drop off, or ordering food. If it's DoorDash, it's the same exact type of thing. What they're doing, it's not targeting you as the driver. All it's doing is it's going to you because you're the driver in that particular queue, and you're getting the ding. So
it's luck of the draw.
it's
But
just the luck of the draw.
you know what though, Chris? I'll bet you that they go through drivers. If they run into somebody who can take advantage more, they probably do it. You know, the cancel, go on. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we're
The
done.
other, I mean, if you want to get back at them, you could do the ride, and then or you could.
Imagine that.
Honestly, the best thing you should do: go there, wait the time,
Collect
and
the
then
fee.
cancel the ride, collecting the fee, because they can always say you took the ride without them, and you'll be screwed out of that money. So just go there, get the cancellation fee, and then make the report to Uber or Lyft or whoever, saying that this is a scam, and you know, anything. So we have David coming on. David, hello.
David, how are you, man?
Hello. Sorry. Hold on. I'm
Hey,
having
how are you?
audio
Where are you
issues
from?
here.
What city are you from? How long you been driving?
Uh-oh.
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 Uh-oh, we lost David.
Okay,
But
Nathaniel.
we got we got Nathaniel coming on.
What?
What's going on?
You know what? Next week, or no, 2 weeks from now, please be ready because we're gonna do this. I like this. My brother on wheels.
If you want to turn, if you could turn down the.
Yeah, turn YouTube down. Or off. Okay, we can have my David on too at the same time. So let's do it. Oh yeah, I like this. This is cool.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
No worries.
We know where Nathaniel is. Nathaniel, by the way, give him a hand. He's our Show Me the Extra Miles Sunshine Award winner for week 1. And David, introduce yourself, my man.
Yes, I'm David. I'm driving out of Los Angeles.
Oh, you're in my backyard.
Yeah, I'm closer over towards like downtown LA, the central LA area mostly.
Cool. So how long you been driving?
So I've been doing gig work for about 2 years now, and I've switched over to rideshare mostly exclusively for the last 6 months, just because food delivery started slowing down a lot. So I just gave it a shot, and I like it a little better. It's more consistent.
I agree. So what do you guys want to get off your chest? So we're here. We're playing Uber driver on Show Me the Money. We're the shrinks. So what do you guys want to get off your chest? There we go.
We're listening.
We're listening.
Go for it. Someone.
Nathaniel, you're in a bad area, bro. We can't hear you either. Okay, David, we'll mute Nathaniel for a minute. So, David, how many apps are you on? What are you? I know you said most gig work, but are you renting or owning your car, by the way?
Right now I'm using my own car, so
Okay.
I drive a Prius, which is great for gas mileage saving.
Absolutely.
Uh,
How old is
I'm
your
driving
Prius?
both Lyft. Oh, this is a 2018,
Great,
so
great
not
rideshare
too
car
old.
right there,
Yeah,
people. That's it
yeah,
right there. 5-year-old with 100,000 miles on it. That's the one.
yeah. I'm in both on Lyft and Uber on the Lyft and Uber platforms. I
Yeah,
started doing mostly a lot of Uber, but recently I switched over to doing more Lyft because they were showing me the money. I don't know.
yeah, that's right.
Uber's been playing a lot of. There's been a lot of fuckery with Uber lately, so I'm just not
Uh,
too happy about that.
well, there's been a lot of that for the last 10 years. It's just
Yeah.
getting better now. They're getting better at it now, but
Actually,
we're also getting better catching him now. So I'm,
actually, the one question I want to know, has anybody here seen Uber asking for your odometer reading?
I
No.
haven't seen that yet.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
well, Rideshare Professor made I think it was a short on yesterday. He was talking about that.
He may be
And I
getting that
saw
for
that and I'm
Puerto
like,
Rico, bro. I don't know.
there is no effing way they're getting my odometer reading. They don't need
Not
to know
mine.
that.
Not mine.
So, and the other thing too, anybody else in chat, if you got that, and the only reason why I ask is because, I'm wondering if what they're trying to do is say, oh, you got too many miles on your car, you don't qualify for comfort, or you don't qualify for the platform anymore. So that's something I was curious on.
Nah, I don't think they can do that, can they? I'm not sure. Well, they can. Obviously, they can do whatever they want.
I don't know, but either way,
So,
screw 'em.
David, we'll go to Nathaniel last. But David, so how long are you gonna keep doing it? Are you making any money? I mean, LA is not what it used to be a year ago. I know that.
Yeah, I'm planning my way out of it. As far as like right now, I'm doing it full time, but I'm trying to plan my way out of having to rely on it as a full time income.
Yeah.
I will be doing it for the foreseeable future, at least in one way or another, part time, just because it is
Okay.
like when you can make money, you can make money on it.
Yeah.
But as a full time driver, I don't see it getting any better, and I wouldn't recommend it as to anyone coming into it.
Yeah. But I mean, but
Absolutely
at least
not.
you're doing everything right, all the apps, and you have the perfect car for it, right? Your costs per mile are
Yeah,
low, and
right.
I mean, when you say full time, how many hours are you behind the wheel? 40, 50, 60?
Uh, about at a minimum 40. I will do
Okay.
some weeks where I'll do about at least like 50 to
Okay.
60
And
when
what
I
is
hit
your
like
shift looking like? Like,
huge
do you do
target goals.
early runs, weekend runs, drunk hours? What are you going after?
Usually I'll do 7 to 7, Monday through Friday,
Okay.
which is usually
Okay.
I don't like dealing with all the problems of the drunken hours, so that's usually
Yeah.
it's either people going to work, from work to school, from school, or
Yeah.
usually during the midday I do a lot of Lyft for the assist rides. So that I
Yeah.
like those are the ones that give you the extra $4. There's usually a lot of elderly folks and people going from
Cool.
appointments and everything. And they pay pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anything else you want to get off your chest? Nice to meet you. If I'm in LA, you're in my backyard. So, and one of
I
these days
mean,
we'll meet up.
right now, I'm right. Really, the only thing that I would like to get with somebody that's more veteran in this, just because I want to kind of learn to optimize my hourly rate in rideshare. I haven't been doing it long enough to kind of figure that out, at least consistently. I know a driver that's been doing it long enough, and he works like 60 to 70 hours a week because he
Hmm.
has like a huge target every week.
You can
But
do it. Look, if you, I
what
mean,
he does is not going to work for me. Yeah.
no, but I mean, look, you have hours set 7 to 7. If I may suggest to you that 7 is pretty late to start in LA, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
So if you
Right.
can start early with no traffic, get a couple of decent airport runs in your system, okay? Like start at 5 and finish at 5
Okay.
because you don't want to be messing in the, rush hour in LA. I mean, we know how it is, right? So this
Yeah,
way, what you're
exactly.
doing is you're tying yourself up in 2 rush hours that are massive, like and horrible. So 7 p.m. ish rush hour will start all the way to 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then
Mhm.
right about 4:30 or 4 o'clock, rush hour will start again until 7 p.m., right? So you're tying
Right.
yourself up in 2 rush hours. I would suggest tie yourself up in 1 rush hour, but then start earlier, right? Start at 5 a.m.
Right.
Look at some scheduled trips. Look at some, trips to LAX. In and out of LAX. When you go to LAX, do not stay there for a trip, drive up Santa Monica, maybe 3-4 miles up to Marina, and then grab some people going back to work towards Culver City. So try to stay in the hot zone, right? When the boost zones are a couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there. So you're not being as efficient if you start at 7 a.m. I think you should start at 5.
It.
At least try that.
I tried
you know,
6. I tried 6 a.m. at the earliest right now, and it like I usually I can get a lot longer, better paying trips at that time because I can move faster. One of the things that I did find usually is
for 1 week only. It's not going to kill you. If you can, I don't know what your family situation is. If you can, try doing it at 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. shift. Okay, and let's see compare your numbers to the week before. So
I'll give it a try. Maybe not the next week because it's a holiday week. That's a little different. Maybe the week after.
Not next week. 4th of July, you got to be in the afternoon, right? That's just that's a given.
So,
but the week after, you know, when everybody's back from the holidays, you know, try a 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. shift. Let's see how that goes for you.
I'll try that out. I'll report back on that one.
Okay, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Send me your numbers. So nice to meet you, man. But be safe out there, all right?
All right, thank you. You guys have a good one.
Thanks, David.
You too. Thanks for coming on. All right, Nathaniel, finish it off. I know you can finish it off, so I'm just going to shut up and have you talk.
Are you guys still hearing that echo?
No.
I had my door closed. Okay, I had the door closed.
It's not the door, it's YouTube. Anyway,
okay.
So what's happening, brother?
Anyway, I just wanted to come on and not much, just say, like, you guys clap for me, but you guys have been doing an amazing job. I told Sergio all this already, but you guys are like the Woodward and Birdstein of gig media, and you guys have been doing amazing things. I love the Chicago test last week, Chris. Great job on that. Paula's Donuts. Go Bills. Just pleasure to actually meet you in person, and just thank you for all the amazing work you guys have been doing. Sergio, you and Pablo breaking the story on Prop 22 and just all the money that's being paid and more things to come. And you guys are doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, man.
Hope you guys
why don't you have an EV? Why don't you do your test? Let's see what kind of shaving you're getting.
I'm definitely not getting shaved. I'll have to get together with some other drivers at the airport. I find a lot of EV drivers at the airport because they actually have chargers there now, which is pretty cool. Mostly Tesla drivers, but I'll have to get with some of them. And I can't say that I'm being shaved. I've been really watching mine the last week really closely, and I've been getting my dollar every trip, which is really good.
Well, no, you are getting the dollar. You are getting the dollar on the earnings screen, but you're getting shaved when you're getting the ping by the base fare. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
if you looked at the test, it would show the 3 drivers. They would be getting like it was $9.28 for their upfront fare. The EV driver, the Tesla owner, he was getting only $10.08. It should have been $10.28. So what they're doing is, and you can look at the screenshots because I had that driver send me the customer breakdown. What ends up happening is, they'll shave off that base fare. So instead of $9.28 showing on the base fare, it would be $9.08 that would show. So you would still see that $1 that EV incentive there, and that's exactly where they're going with that. So that's something that you got. The only way you're going to be able to test that is getting with other drivers and seeing the ping requests that are actually coming in.
Did you do anything for Show Me the Extra Mile Club yet? Another one? We're short, buddy. I know, we're like 3 days off. You didn't save anybody's life. You didn't drive to Oregon for 180 miles, and you didn't do anything heroic.
I've had actually a couple long trips are becoming a bit of a commonplace for me, but no convalescing elderly folks, anything like that. I'll be sure to let you know, though. I'm just, like I said, I'm just humbled to be part of that club, and just hearing all the behind the wheel stories that you've been doing. It seems like you've been stockpiling them because some of them are from back in like January, February, and just it's amazing to hear all the stories from just the amazing drivers, and just to be a part of that club is just a special thing. So
it's humbling and rewarding for me. It really is, because without this gig, I wouldn't be meeting any of you. And to me, it's like, hey, This is like the easiest job in the world, bro. So
Yeah, I'm just going
but
out there every day and just, of course, trying to be safe, trying to be profitable. By the way, this display ride dash cam is like one of the greatest things ever.
there you
Oh,
go.
look at that.
For
There you
real,
go.
I'm so happy with it, and it's interesting too. A lot of my passengers, because it's got this like audible chime, every now and then, which is cool. You can set the frequency at which it says, the ride's being recorded, audio and video. And I've had a lot of passengers that are like, "Oh man, that's so cool! Like, is that a dash camera? Where did you get that?" And they're like actually grateful for it too,
Oh,
because
give him the code, bro. Give him RSG20. They get a discount.
yeah, exactly. You had to give them the promo code. But yeah, I'm just getting ready for 4th of July weekend. I got my car all decked out, got my flags up, and
Be safe, bro.
Yeah,
Be
you
safe.
too. Just everyone go out there and make that money and just be safe, and just God bless. Okay.
All right, love you, man. Thank
Love
you.
you guys.
Nathaniel, have a good one. Go Bills.
All right, go Bills.
Go Bills. There you go. You too.
All right.
let's give him the
And
money.
we've got to, you know what we got to end on? We got to end
money.
on giving away some money. So
Yeah.
let me pull that up real quick.
It's like what do you call that at the fireworks? Crescendo?
Yeah. All right. So hashtag SMTMC for all those people out there who entered 77
right.
entries. Awesome. Congratulations and good luck. Let's see who is our winner today. I still got to get that damn music.
Come on, man.
They should have music. Come on, StreamYard. What's going on?
Oh, Vinny.
Congratulations, Vinny. You are the winner.
You know who Vinny Cuz is? We had actually a test set up so you can have him on, show me the money, but something went wrong with his rental Tesla. So Vinny Cuz and Miss Ticat 23, email me so you can get the money.
All right.
What else? That's it. We're done, right?
That's the end. So thanks for hanging out. Have a good time. Like I said, we will not be here next week. It's July 4th. Yeah. Go out, have some fun, go out, make some money, whatever you're going to be doing, whether you're going to be enjoying the fireworks, whether you're going to be driving and enjoying the fireworks. Either way, we'd love to know how you did. So make sure you go out there, be safe, enjoy. If you are going to shoot off fireworks, don't do it drunk, and make sure you have the right precautions so you keep all of your fingers and toes and arms and legs and everything else. So with that being said, we hope you guys have a
happy
great
4th, people. Happy 4th
for those that are in the US, and for everybody else in the world, enjoy the 4th too. What?
When do we see them? When are we back?
We're back the following week, so we're back on the 11th.
On the 11th, we're back on the July 11th. So
that's
come back.
Show Me the Money Club, but Money Hungry is Wednesday, so make sure that's tomorrow. So make sure with Kim and Zach for for food delivery, last mile, they'll be on talking. And then I think there's a little birdie that told me that we're going to be on the July 5th Money Hungry. So if you want to hang out with us there, we're still hammering out the details just to make sure, but we are going to announce that just in case. So you guys can come check us out on Wednesday the 5th instead of the 4th. But it'll be under Money Hungry.
Who won the second giveaway? Vinny Cuz won the second giveaway.
Yep, Vinny. Yeah. So Vinny, congratulations.
He's not even here.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Keep the emails coming. Keep being my eyes and ears all over the country. Otherwise, we can't bust these mofos. So, we have a lot going on, actually. Seriously, I'm like kind of overwhelmed. But then Chris is there. We're doing it. If we can get him, we're going to get him. That's it.
Yep. All right. We will see you next time. Have a great, actually, couple of weeks. Make that money. And we'll see you next time.
Be safe.